Woo!
All right.
Woo!
This
Holy
is
shit.
They do know how to make a ring explode.
Yeah.
this is the RW Really Wrestling podcast.
Oh, boy.
You should add other parentheses. Really great wrestling.
But fuck. We just watched Double or Nothing
2021.
2021.
And boy, were they hyped, which made me hyped. Those fans made me
fans. I mean, they
I
were...
thought-
Fans?
I thought the
They
fans
were-
at WrestleMania made me hyped. This made me hyped.
Oh yeah. 'cause
I would
they-
imagine. I would imagine anybody in the suburbs of that arena was like, "What is that noise?"
Yeah, pretty much.
So fucking loud. Every match.
It was either.
Not every match.
Yeah.
Most of them.
The people in the suburbs were either that's AEW, that's AEW Double or Nothing, or Zombie Apocalypse.
Yeah. There wasn't screaming going on though.
Well, yeah.
There's a lot of like throwing up because this is so dumb going on when the zombie thing was happening.
I mean, I meant a good Zombie Apocalypse, not the not the other company's nonsense.
Yeah, that other company. You just hear sounds of shotguns going, zombie apocalypse.
But damn. So we started it off with the NWA Women's title match.
Pre-show. This is awesome.
Serena Deeb
Yeah.
versus Riho.
Yeah. Before the match even starts, we get a "Let's go Riho, let's go Deeb" chant. Like fans.
So Deeb does a side headlock and a shoulder tackle to Riho. Riho does a drop kick, a corner knee, and a top rope crossbody to Deeb. Deeb does the dragon screw leg whip to Riho. Deeb then hangs Riho up into the ropes. Deeb does the abdominal stretch to Riho. Deeb does a neck breaker on Brett's rope to Riho. Riho does the top rope double stomp to Deeb. Riho then does a tilt-a-whirl head scissors and a 619 to Deeb. Deeb then does her version of the octopus lock and a front chancery to Riho. Deeb does the dragon screw leg whip to Riho again in the ropes to both legs.
Okay, so at this point, the crowd has still been chanting, "Let's go Riho, let's go Deeb" for the first 5 minutes.
Did we get to the slap yet?
Deeb does a swinging neck breaker to
Yeah, because the
Riho.
slap was the only time I heard a single boo in this match.
That was before what he's where he's at.
Deeb does the double dragon screw leg whip to both legs and the power bomb to Riho. Riho does a snapdragon suplex to Deeb.
Yeah.
Riho does the double kick in the corner to Deeb. Deeb does the single leg crab to Riho. Deeb does the inverted dragon screw leg whip to Riho. Deeb does the serenity lock to Riho, and Serena Deeb defends her title.
Yeah.
The brutalness of how she set up that finish was really good.
Yeah, when she slammed her knee.
Just shitload of times.
1, 2, 3, 10 times.
Yeah, there's only one boo during the entire match, and that's when Serena, quote unquote, heel defined herself by bitch slapping Riho.
Yeah, that was so. At some point,
Well,
Riho,
that's at the very beginning because Riho wants to shake her hand.
Yeah, she wants a code of honor.
They did a little back and forth, and then they did the handshake.
Can I call it a code of honor in AEW?
No.
Call it whatever the fuck you want.
Well, Riho wants to hit him with that. Well, I mean, I call it code of honor. I mean, whenever I do my match reviews and someone wanted a handshake, I always say code of honor. So whatever. Riho goes for a handshake, and then Deeb is kind of like,
We're not there
and
yet.
then whack him, and then Riho goes, oh okay, whack him,
shit.
and then they start brawling a little bit. And like I said, these freaking fans are ready to go. They were chanting the dual chant throughout the almost entire match. This is awesome. In a pre-show match. Oh, I'm sorry, the buy-in match. Holy crap. Jesus Christ. It was so good to see. Like that, the cameras had their fill of the wide shots of the crowd and the whole stadium, or the whole area as a whole. The match was okay. I think it went a bit too long, but I was glad because there was no real point where I thought Riho was going to win.
Except for the
end, because there was that great spot where Riho had this roll up with her legs were cradling Deeb's for like a good 2 count, a good 2 3/4 count. After that, it was all Deeb busted the knee up and got that. What was that finisher called again?
The Serenity Lock.
The Serenity Lock, and then that was it. Yeah. So I gave this pre-show match a 7, just because of the finish alone and the fact that the crowd was hyped up and they went back and forth, and the one little spot at the end really added it up a little bit. So I thought it was pretty good for a buy-in match.
I'd definitely go 7 as well.
I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna go 7.5.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say I'm gonna be a dick and go
No,
5.
I would be nicer. Right?
Usually he would go between us, you know,
No,
like
I'll be the high one. I'll be the high one on this one.
Whoa,
I'm
whoa,
not Darby against Cody 9.5 high like Full Gear.
Whoa! I wasn't high. I was drunk, maybe, but you know, wasn't high.
I'll go 7.5.
Plus, the thing is there's no way to go in the middle of us when we both pick the same number.
I'm gonna go
Yeah.
6.99, 7.01.
Damn. Just keep repeating the decimal, yeah.
So we open the show with Who Will Stop the Wrath of Cage?
Path
Path of Cage. So Brian Cage versus Adam Page.
in a rage, as JR said.
Coming to center stage.
It should have said that. That would have been perfect.
True. And then you could actually have it in a cage.
And this match was not
Yeah.
garbage. Okay?
No, it was fast.
Cage did a clothesline to Page.
Oh
Page
God.
did a clothesline to Cage.
You did.
Oh, God, here we go.
Cage throws Page into the barricade.
You might want to use first names here.
Page has a tope to Cage.
No, because then we might make a Bryan Adams joke.
Right.
That's true. Cage has a power bomb to
And
Page into the turnbuckle. Then Cage has a high knee to Page. Get it? High knee.
Oh, stop. You put that joke out of your ass, didn't you?
Heine.
I pulled out of my high knee. Shit. Page has a crucifix
Oh, I get
bomb
it. I
to
get
Cage.
Fuck you.
Page and Cage do double clotheslines to each other. Page clothesline to Cage over the top rope.
Did he?
That's gonna get me all the entire time.
Page did a Brett's rope moonsault on the outside to Cage.
Yep.
Page did a Hurricane Rana to Cage. Cage has a one-arm neck breaker to Page.
We forgot about
It was a swinging net breaker.
We also forgot about the plancha breaking the big man rule.
Yeah, we had a big man rule.
Yep.
Violation on
Not
Mr.
the only
Hangman
one.
Adam Page.
Not the only one.
Cage hangs up Page on the top rope.
Hangs up Page.
Cage does a vertical suplex to Page on the stage from the ropes. Cage has a top rope Samoan drop suplex to Page. Cage attempts a buckshot lariat, but Page reverses
Do you
it.
here.
Do you mean Diamond Dallas Page?
Page here.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Page did the F5 to Cage.
Oh, I mean Ethan Page?
No, Jeremy Page.
Oh, that
I
Page.
got that. Yeah.
Cage did a German, a power bomb, and a buckle bomb to Page. Cage did the spinning Liger bomb to Page
looked
here.
good.
Johnny Cage.
Johnny
Oh,
Cage.
nice. Beautiful.
Then Ricky Starks and Hook come out, and Ricky Starks ends up handing Cage the FTW
You mean
title
Nicolas Cage?
There it is.
to hit Page with.
He's like, wait.
And then, of course, at this point, Cage is like, fuck you, I don't need this title. So then we get a buckshot lariat to Cage. 1, 2, 3, the Hangman wins.
Yeah.
Continuing to slowly build that Brian Cage face turn.
He's
It's
leaving
inevitable.
Team Taz real soon, guys.
Yeah. You can hear Taz on the commentary. He's like, "What's this
What
guy
is-
doing?
what's his
What's his problem? What's this guy's problem?" The Brian Cage came out with that machine-like gear on
Terminator.
his Terminator. Is that Terminator? It looks like the guy from halfway between like the guy from Mortal Kombat with the freaking metal face.
Jax.
Kano, I mean.
Oh, Kano.
And actually, Jax is better, even better. But kind of like it was like it didn't look like Terminator to me at all. It
Well,
looked
his
really silly.
gimmick on the indies is he's a mix of Terminator and Wolverine.
Yeah, that's why I call him Sloverine.
Wolverine?
Sloverine.
Okay, I saw none of that, but whatever.
He
Either
used
way.
to have the fucking Wolverine.
Yeah, he had the
sideburns and
mutton
shit, too.
chops.
Yeah.
Brian Cage wrestled 4 women at once and almost won. So I mean,
He won.
Yeah, he won in the
he
end.
still is a winner. The winner is him.
Oh,
Yeah,
winner
I
is him. That's right.
I like the idea that they fought right off the bat. Did they wait for the bell? There was no bell at the beginning, right? Yeah. So
this was one of the matches that they were going to attack before the bell even rang.
Yeah, and they were rolling on the outside. That's where they had the that little was it that moonsault that you're talking about from Page.
Well, that was after the bell rang, but they did start like
This one
brawl right at the beginning,
Right.
like
the
right when
the
the bell
match
rang.
did start when the bell rang.
Yeah,
So they
'cause-
did at least have the bell ring in this.
Yeah, because the bell rings and then those two just.
Oh, okay, yes, right. The moonsault was from the ropes, not from like
Don't do that
the
again.
barricade. Maybe there's somebody else who did a barricade moonsault. And I just forgot who it was. The crowd's still eating this shit up like it's friggin' like peanut butter and jelly. Awesome.
They're chanting, "Let's go Age."
Yeah,
They don't know who.
yeah. Everybody's
That's
loving
ages.
everybody's loving the false finishes. Everybody's eating up the stuff at the end. Adam Page winning is the right move. Cage, I'm sorry. Cage doesn't need it. He has a rivalry ready to go after this, so
The
it
only
doesn't
thing that
really
sucks
matter.
though is Ricky Starks is hurt right now, so he doesn't necessarily have a feud right away. He has to wait a little bit,
His was I honestly believe they're gonna do him and Christian.
which would be nice.
Well, I think
Or Cage might kill Christian.
well, I think Cage and Taz are going to
I
have
think
their.
they're gonna do Ricky Starks.
I'm going to assume Cage and Taz are going to have their little time in the ring, and then that'll lead to when hopefully Ricky Starks is not hurt, and they finally get to.
There might be a Taz mission done to Cage.
Do Brian Cage and Will Hobbs, so Will Hobbs can eat another pin.
Yeah, and then you could do. Well, what if they do Cage versus Team Taz as a whole? So it's like Hook, Hobbs, and Starks.
Oh my god!
Just kills them all.
Yeah, I mean, that's how you get over.
Get
Beat
my
three
shit
people
in.
once. Yeah.
And then, of course, Taz can be in there too, and Taz will be the one just to take the pin.
Yeah.
Hey, if Taz is actually in a match where a bell rings and anything physical happens, I'll be amazed.
Yeah, no shit.
Just one clothesline, that's it.
But we saw Sting do it, so.
Yeah, but Sting is in way better shape than,
Oh yeah,
than Taz is.
Taz
Yeah.
has been announcing for like 20 years.
Taz hasn't wrestled an actual match that had a bell since 2006. And that was a squash with Lawler.
Oh Jesus! I remember.
Next up,
Yeah.
Michael Cole.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
All right.
In the coal mine. All right, I gave this match I gave it an 8.
I gave it an 8 as well. It was solid as fuck.
I give it an 8.
And I had to say, if the crowd's hyped, I'm hyped. Good for them. Still loving it.
I'm pretty sure
Mojo
everything.
Rawley hyped?
I'm pretty sure probably
More
yeah.
than that.
He just did a big fucking 8 ball of cocaine.
I'm just all Spider and the Blue Vein hyped.
No,
So I'm more hyped than he could be normally.
Yeah.
So Mojo Rawley, sure, but
He's
like,
got a raging boner. Is what he's trying to say.
Rage boner.
We're not going.
yeah. Well, I'm Captain Blue Chew, so I bet somebody's got the rage bone.
That'll
right
be
here.
a story for a different podcast.
We'll definitely love to say that one later.
A little wrestling gimmick idea.
Hey, we're going to be the best tag team in history. We're going to beat the Bucks.
Yeah, you will.
Those young cucks
You
will know
beat
this
them
up.
from one end of the.
I can actually use Jim Cornette's joke here because it plays into the rage
That's
boner.
true. The young
You'll
cucks
beat
won't
both
know
of
what's
them.
up.
You'll beat both of them at the same time, from one corner to the other. Yeah,
We'll beat them all night long.
yeah.
Okay.
You use both your hands to beat them from one corner of the ring to the other.
You're giving away the bit a little too much. Let's go. Move on. 8's around.
No one's gonna remember that.
No one watches us.
Some people think we're weird.
Speaking of
We
that,
are-
we got the AEW Tag Team title match.
Ooh, who's in that one?
These-
Jesus.
The Hardy Boys.
Jesus.
And Hardy. Wow. Ooh, neat.
Yeah,
It's not,
so it's the young Hardy Boys from
that's
1997.
not what I wrote down here.
Jesus and his younger brother Jeebus.
Jeebus and Jesus.
It's the Hardy Boys from 1997, the Young Bucks,
Okay.
and they're taking on Eddie Kingston and Dean Ambrose.
Ooh.
No, it's Wow Bang. Wow.
Oh no, I thought it was a pretty entrance for
Right.
Moxley and Kingston.
Eddie Kingston and Moxley. Okay.
Oh, Mox went fucking
Go
psycho.
ahead and introduce the match officially
Before
since
we
people were being stupid.
First and foremost, Mox and Kingston jumped the Bucks.
Well, I was just gonna say Mox went crazy in the crowd, and I loved
Oh,
it. That's
amidst
all I
the
was
streamers too. Really cool.
Yep.
Fucking
Really
heck.
cool.
And Mox even feeds a streamer to Matt.
I'm trying to make him choke on it. Ah,
Yep. Then he chokes Matt with a shirt.
rage.
Then boner. Then Mox and Kingston do double shoulder blocks to Nick. Kingston does an STO to Nick. Bucks do double team corner kicks to Kingston. Bucks do double team backdrop elbows or double team backdrop and then elbow drops and a splash combo to Kingston. Matt does some clotheslines to Kingston, which is fine. Matt does a slam to Kingston. Kingston does an exploder suplex to Nick. Matt then does a clothesline. Actually, Mox does a clothesline to the Bucks. Mox does a pile driver to Nick, and then a one to Matt. Mox does a bulldog choke to Matt. Mox does a double arm DDT to the both, or actually double DDT to both the Bucks. Mox does a backdrop to Matt. Kingston does a crossbody to Luke Gallows, who was on the stage, or who tried to sneak up on them. Carl Anderson is on the stage, And Frankie Kazarian comes and kicks his ass.
They called Frankie the Elite Hunter. I guess that's his new gimmick. He's just going to go running around chasing the Elite around.
Okay. What if he gets them all?
Then you become AEW World Champion.
What if Mega doesn't have the belt when he beats him?
Well, then Paige will have the belt and everybody will be happy.
True.
I'm glad you figured that out.
So then Matt uses some hairspray on Mox. And then
Then he's busting open.
Then Matt hits Mox in the head with the spray bottle.
He bleeds quite a bit before it goes away mysteriously.
The Bucks do the Meltzer driver to
Go
Mox.
figure.
The Bucks do the senton on the ropes to Mox. Matt does the rear chin lock to Mox. Mox is a German to Matt. Mox is a German to both the Bucks at the same time. Kingston is a belly to belly to Matt. Kingston is an insecurity to Nick. Kingston is a German to Matt. Which then the Bucks do an assisted slice of bread to Kingston. The Bucks super kick to Mox. Mox sleeper hold to Matt. Nick 450 to Mox. The Bucks attempt a Meltzer driver to Kingston and Moxley. Well, then Moxley and Kingston do a doomsday device with a pair of shoes.
DRs.
Which was actually pretty funny.
Legitimately $1,500.
I had to fit the match somehow.
That's true. That's true. Well, then Mox attempts a paradigm shift, but then Nick reverses it into a sharpshooter to Mox.
That was a really cool spot.
Kingston is a back suplex to Matt. Mox does a paradigm shift to Nick. Mox does a sleeper to Matt in the ropes. Bucks super kick to Mox. Mox does a clothesline to both the Bucks. The Bucks do stereo super kicks to Mox. Nick does a super kick to Kingston. The Bucks do about, what was it, four?
It was four.
4 BTE triggers to Mox. And then 1, 2, 3 the Bucks win.
Yeah.
I just can't believe it was Mox. I thought it was going to be Kingston taking the pin.
What makes me wonder is like I think Eddie Kingston was kind of like just there. I mean, it was more about Mox and the Bucks as opposed to Kingston. I think it was an odd man out here.
The fucking shoes, man.
That's all Kingston wanted was shoes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you all know my theory about that match. Just the
Take
Bucks
the shoes and run.
grab the shoes and run. It was all about the shoes anyway. So I mean, fuck it. I'd like to start. Brandon Cutler's funny as shit. I think he's entertaining.
He got his ass kicked.
Yeah. He was. I think after the match was over, I think he was like spraying something on the Bucks. Like it was probably like aerosol water.
That's their spray can thing.
Yeah, and
The
he was like,
cooling
"Are you?
spray.
Yeah, come here. Cool you down.
Well, he
tough match."
originally comes up for the belly rings and
Gets
they
his
fucking
shit
double
kicked
team him and fucking kill
Yeah.
him.
I'm not even sure why the Good Brothers and Kazarian came out there. They didn't fit.
The Good Brothers wanted to help the Bucks.
Good Brothers needed a payday, and they weren't going to put him in the main event.
Well, the thing is though is that the Bucks won, so there was no point. Anyway,
They needed help.
the Shield Fist thing was pretty cool.
Yeah. So especially when Matt does the ooh,
Yeah.
like Roman Reigns.
Yeah, it's like other than the hot tag, Kingston really was just like there to either do a couple moves here and there, but it was all Moxley taking all the beating from the Bucks. That was the story of the match.
But he wasn't there to eat the pin.
Well,
Which is what I thought he was there for.
well, who cares if Moxley's the pin? He's still over.
He's
so,
still over.
He ate the pin to the Bucks.
yeah,
He's still
no,
over.
That's
maybe
everybody's
not.
still over. Everybody was over, okay?
No, not everybody.
Most everybody except for like a go-go were
Yeah.
over.
But Go-Go definitely wasn't over.
So look, this match also had the right amount of the Bucks being in the ring at the same time.
Are you sure there's one particular part you're like, really?
Oh well, yeah, it's gonna happen. I know it's gonna happen. So I mean, I accept it. But for the most part, they were doing okay with it. I mean, hell, even the other two guys were in there. But the sometimes you gotta let tag team title matches have a little bit of liberty. So okay, fine, no problem. Oh, I gave it an 8.
you stop and like Pac in the middle of the world title match.
Yeah, you kind
I
of.
thought you were gonna keep going, so I was like, action.
I was thinking about anything else to say, but I don't. So I gave it an 8.
I'm gonna go 8.5.
8 1/4.
No.
Oh,
I'm dead.
he does quarters. That's not your gimmick. That's Chris's.
Haven't did one in a while though.
I know you gotta change it up.
True.
I'm gonna give it an 8.
All right.
I was trying to figure out which side of it I'm going.
Yeah, I mean the Bucks continue to always have great matches, and
I was entertained.
but I think like I said, I think Kingston was his odd man out here. But who else could Moxley have in here? Kingston was there at the end of the world title match. So
The
they're-
bomb was going to explode.
I'll
and
say
Kingston
their pairing makes
sacrificed
sense.
himself.
Yeah, their pairing makes sense, but his
Music-
match,
yeah.
I feel he was the odd man out for the booking.
I'd say going all the way back to like when Mox and Kingston were feuding to now.
the respect was given.
The story was great, and I like how they built into this. I think, actually watching it every week and knowing what was going on there, I think they built a good job of explaining why they're working together, why Kingston came out, why all this happened.
Oh, definitely they have.
I
but
get the pairing, but-
then they made it about the shoes.
Yeah.
It's like, where did that part come from?
The shoes.
Yeah, those shoes. I'm sure the sole is that plastic. I'm sure it's hard enough to hurt somebody. I'm sure, right? Yeah.
All I know is they're $1,500 a piece, so I can't believe they even use
Per
them.
shoe.
No, the pair is though.
I was going to say, per one shoe, that's pretty fucking expensive.
It's still $750 per shoe.
$3,000 per shoe.
Yeah, I'm sure as the Bucks didn't call the cops on. That's like grand theft, isn't it?
Anything over $1,000?
Grand Theft
Something like that,
Auto. All right. So then we go on to the Casino Royale.
Yeah.
So, first things first is we draw the clubs in this Battle Royal first. And we get Christian and Matt Seidel
Yeah.
and Will Hobbs and Dustin Rhodes and Max Caster.
Max Caster dropped some bombs on fucking everybody.
Aside from Hobbs.
Yeah, he didn't fuck with Hobbs. Obviously,
no,
Hobbs will eat him.
He's a heel. I don't make fun of heels.
He says, Christian Cage, you're only good when you got that edge. Oh,
You haven't been good since you had an edge.
Yeah, that's
what
it.
he said.
Yeah,
Oh.
he said he needed to do some dusting.
yeah. I forget, he had a line that combined Christian and Dustin Rhodes.
That was the line.
Yeah.
Said, Christian, you got some dusting.
Yeah.
You haven't been.
You haven't been good since you had an edge.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he referenced Matt Seidel slipping.
Yeah.
And
Saying,
then-
I'm gonna catch you slipping.
And he did, because he actually pushed him off.
Oh, and he said Dustin Rhodes should just Dustin Rhodes has such an ugly face. You should it's so ugly you should paint his whole face, not just half of it.
Which that's fine. He
Yeah.
dropped some rhymes.
He
And then
did.
he basically told the crowd to suck it.
So I didn't get actual notes. I just got elimination notes.
There really
That's
wasn't
what I
a
do
lot.
too.
That's right. There really wasn't a lot of action until later.
Yeah, you couldn't keep up with it anyway. It was all punch kicky bullshit.
So Caster eliminates Seidel.
Caught him slipping.
Christian eliminates Caster. Then the Diamonds come out. And the Diamonds are Isaiah Cassidy, Matt Hardy, Preston Vance,
10. The new 10.
Nick Camarado, and Serpenticle.
Okay, so this Nick Camarado guy, it looks like a version of I'm not gonna say he's the Ultimate Warrior, but like with the tassels on his arms, he's a big dude. So what's that match he has coming up with Dustin Rhodes? Right?
Bull rope match.
I think I might watch that match if I can get a.
It's
get
a
on TV.
little weird though. You would think that he would have the bull rope match with QT since that's the dude he's been
Yeah,
feuding.
maybe
yeah,
they're
but
building to that.
I do know why they announced it out, because whenever the bull rope has come into play in this feud of QT and shit, it's been Camarado and Dustin using
Which
it.
that's fine.
So it makes sense that those two are doing it. And QT sucks, so...
True. So then Preston eliminates Serpentico.
The new 10, by the way. They chanted it and they went 10, 10, 10, 10, 10.
Rhodes then eliminates Camarado and Vance. Hobbs eliminates Rhodes. And then
After Rhodes eliminated 10, Camarado hit Rhodes with his bull rope.
That's where that comes in.
and then gets eliminated. Some of the Hearts come in. Griff Garrison.
All the Hearts are here? Damn, they got everybody.
Natalia, Brett, Teddy,
There's one missing now. Jim.
Jim's back from the dead.
Bruce,
Jimmy Hart.
Bruce Hart.
Oh God. Stu Hart back from the dead too.
Owen.
Owen. Ooh.
What was the mom's name again?
Sue.
Sue Hart.
No. Yeah, Sue Hart.
Sue Hart.
Helen Hart. Helen Hart.
Helen Hart.
There's also a Sue Hart. Sue Hart.
I don't know.
I don't know. You might not.
Well,
whatever. Move on.
Then the
I don't
Hearts
know
come
wrestling.
out.
Too many hearts.
Yeah.
Griff Garrison. Who the fuck is Griff Garrison?
Who the fuck is Griff Garrison?
And-
That's Griff Garrison.
And Brian Pillman Jr.
The Varsity Blondes.
And
Yeah.
Colt Cabana. And Anthony Bowens.
Boom, boom. Colt Cabana.
And Penta El Zero Mierdo.
Also, the second Joker appearance at this match.
Cerro Miero.
Oh, good.
Oh my God, you done? All right, and then the spades came out.
So Cassidy eliminates Cabana.
Boom, boom. Go bye-bye.
The Varsity Blondes eliminate Bowens.
Yeah, Cabana's just said to earn that paycheck tonight.
Hardy
Right.
eliminates Garrison. Then we get the spades. Jungle Boy.
So he joins
God,
the...
they paid off both of those. They paid off both of those songs in this pay-per-view.
He joins the exclusive list of a song that a crowd will sing back to the wrestler.
This will be the first of 2 times that happens.
And then you hear, "Oh my God, is that Private Party?"
And that's Isaiah Cassidy's good.
It is. Oh my God.
You got Mark Quinn.
Oh boy.
The better one.
And you have former Mr. Bailey, Aaron Solo.
I used to
You had
fuck
to-
Bailey.
You had to have done something wrong, dude. No wonder you're solo.
And then you got
I mean, you fucked Bailey for
Evil
3 years.
Uno. Join the Dark Order.
Do I get to fuck Bailey now?
Not the
And
Dark
then
Order.
you
Damn.
get Lee
Anna Jay? Tay
Johnson.
Conti? Oh, we can fuck Tay Conti. She's in the Dark Order. We join the Dark Order. Get in there.
Okay,
I
you
don't
get
thi-
Anna Jay, I get Tay
No,
Conti.
I did Tay Conti. You get Anna Jay.
No, fuck you.
I don't think. You guys might want to rethink that strategy.
I'm pretty sure Preston Vance would just kill us both. So
Right.
that's
And then we get Lee Johnson.
Lee Johnson.
What a fucking generic ass name, by the way.
Love you both, Preston and Anna. I'm just joking if you ever hear this.
Same.
Respect.
But hi, Tay.
Hi, Tay. So, Private Party eliminate Pillman
Call me.
Jr. Hardy eliminates ex-Mr.
Hey.
Bailey.
Don't forget, we got another announcement here, right? We get the. Oh, I'm sorry.
Wait, not
I'm sorry. I just wrote out of order. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Hardy eliminates former Mr. Bailey, Mr. Solo, and Mr. Lee Johnson.
Big shot, Ely.
Penta El Zero Mierdo eliminates Evil Uno.
Zero. Mierda.
Then, Jungle Boy eliminates Penta El Zero Mierdo.
I was surprised by that.
Christian eliminates Hobbs.
That's
And
all-
we get the Joker. It's Leo Rush, the man of the hour.
Never once crossed my mind that there would be Leo Rush.
Me neither.
I'm okay with it. I'm not upset at all. I was expected to be disappointed. Like, here comes Big Show.
Hardy eliminates Rush. But Rush did some cool things before he got eliminated.
Yeah, he was all over the place. Like he was just doing reversals and
I would say
flippy
his
stuff.
his style fits in perfectly.
Yeah.
Jungle Boy eliminates Cassidy. Christian eliminates Quinn. Christian eliminates Matt Hardy after they're like, "Hey man, let's team up."
And
And then Jungle Boy does one of the best non-elimination saves of all time.
Eliminates Christian.
yep,
Jungle Boy gets the title
Yeah.
match.
Jungle Boy and Christian found their way out to the ring apron, over the top rope, and Christian throws Jungle Boy towards the turnbuckle, presumably to have him hit it and fall off. But Jungle Boy does a little
He
pirouette
does
right
essentially
around
a
it,
619.
that's where I was gonna go back.
Yeah.
619 down to the other apron.
and
great.
Christian and Jungle Boy work their way to that. They do the actual Chris Benoit and Big Show spot in the Royal Rumble, but the Christian eventually gets eliminated. How do you get eliminated?
You got thrown over.
It was just a throw over.
Yeah, you did end up getting him over.
Okay.
Backdrop.
Which is hilarious because I would have laughed my ass off if Big Show had said something like, "Man, that looks familiar."
I did this so many times.
Yeah. That's just how. Yeah.
Being the battle royal legend that I am, I've been in this position so
my
many
God.
times.
I mean, I can only think of one battle royal that Big Show's ever won, and that's the
Andre
Andre
the
the Giant
Giant.
battle royal once.
He's been in a lot of battle royals.
Quite a few. Maybe that's why he's the battle royal legend.
He's in them but doesn't win them. Yeah.
If anything, Jungle Boy's a battle royal legend. He wins all these bitches.
Yep.
He almost won the tag team one. He won this one. He won the one for the first TNT title shot.
It's true, he did.
Oh, by the way, who called Jungle Boy? Me.
Well, it's too obvious on Christian, but I thought it'd be Christian.
Oh yeah, because Christian and Omega is a big money match.
They're gonna do it. Well,
The
I don't know if it'll be for the title, but they're gonna do it.
after this match was over, the Lucha Express or
Jurassic
Jurassic
Express.
Express. Sorry, I'm so stupid.
The Lucha House Party come out.
And
Yeah,
here
so
comes
Callisto
Jungle
and all
Boy's
them
little
motherfuckers
brother.
come out because apparently I'm in some weird world here. Yeah, and the song plays and everything. So Luchasaurus and Marco Stunt come out. They celebrate. Christian says to Jungle Boy, "You go win the match. You go beat Omega. And
Yeah, he was like
messed him up,
super
and
like, yeah, dude, you got this.
I was waiting for him to freaking just.
He was
put
like,
a flag
good
to his
win,
face.
you got this.
I was waiting for Stunt to turn heel.
Yeah, that'd been funny.
Kick him in the balls.
And then Stunt convinces Jungle Boy to put up his world title opportunity on
Can
the
you
line.
imagine Stunt running up there, kicking him in the balls, like, it should have been me, and you know it.
Yeah.
And then he starts doing the floss dance.
He's just flossing. It should have been me.
It should have been me, guys. It should have been me.
That would have been the best.
I'm the most over person in this company, damn it.
Kicking the balls, floss dance, and runs away. Speaking of, why does Tony Khan not buy the rights to fucking Marco Stunt's song on the Indies?
Because, which one does he use again? I've only listened to a couple times.
What is that? Yeah, no. When I did that review for the
We Belong
with Effie.
Together by who is it again?
We belong.
Pat Benatar.
Yes.
Pat Benatar.
We belong together.
Like that.
Because the crowd is so into that damn song.
Dude, the only reason that song, I only think of Talladega Nights when I think about that song.
Well, I
I've
think
barely heard it
I think
before.
of Marco Stunt now.
Yeah.
The fact that he gets the crowd fucking doing the hand motions and the clapping and everything, it's like, oh god, buy that song, Tony Khan.
All right. So except for like a couple of spots where you get to see actual wrestling, this is all about the appearances.
Wrestling.
And people coming down to the ring and all that stuff. Max Caster was the guy at the beginning who was great, and Cage and Rhodes were selling it like, oh, what? You know what he said, Christian Cage. You know he just freaking destroyed you verbally on the microphone by saying that you were only good when you had an edge.
That was like the
not the first time he's been destroyed by a
that
wrestling rapper on the mic.
That was like the second best one I've heard him say, because the one about Renee Young to Moxley was just great.
That was great.
Hit me up for some oral sessions.
And then the next little bit was Matt Hardy and Isaiah Cassidy trying to jump. Who was the guy who plays 10?
Preston Vance.
Preston Vance, and it doesn't work. And they eventually get to the ring. Nick Camarado looks like the Ultimate Warrior. He actually did some rope shaking too. He has the tassels, and I'm looking forward to his match with Dusty.
We didn't even
Dustin
mention
Rhodes.
the Matt Jackson the tag match literally being Hulk Hogan for like 45 seconds.
Oh, that's right.
He did attempt the leg drop.
And he did the hot tag thing too. I forgot to mention that.
Yeah, those two bits.
Then the Hearts come in, and nothing really of note except for Penta. He's always over.
Bret Hart came out.
As much as you don't like it.
I'll get over it. The fucking Varsity Blondes, though, man, they look like they could be something, but they have to be built. They're more than their gear match.
Well, it's weird.
They kind of have a look that could go over, but like really, it looks like they're back in the 80s.
I actually thought.
I think that's why they do it.
I actually thought their attire in their previous tag team matches before this show, and Brian Pillman changed his hair. They looked better in their tag team title match with the Bucks 2 weeks ago than they did here.
Yeah, that mullet was that mullet, dude.
Well, he always had the mullet, but he made it like really blonde. It was just a normal like.
He fucking
He had darker.
dyed
It
that
looked
shit.
better when it was darker. Is what I was getting at.
Spades come out. We get Jungle Boy, and we get Aaron Solo. What are you thinking, dude? What'd you do wrong? What'd you do wrong?
How'd you fuck up, and how could you not make up for it?
I thought Leo Rush as a Joker was cool, but like I honestly like I'd rather been somebody else who you thought would win, because I thought Rush was out there with like 5 guys left. I was like, he's not gonna win. So why not be Christian or Matt Hardy for that matter? He's the heel.
Kalisto.
They usually always just use this spot for debuting people.
Fair enough. But Jungle Boy winning was really, really cool, and I'm looking forward to that match with Omega, even though we know he's not going to win. But he's gonna, but
They'll
they'll
put
book
on a
it.
competitive match.
But it'll be competitive, like a good 15 minutes, and Jungle Boy would get his shit in like he should.
He went 10 minutes of Jericho in a draw.
Yeah.
When Jericho was champion.
It's true.
These matches are like I say this for every single Royal Rumble or whatever kind of match like this we watch. It's tough to rate these.
Except for the tag team battle royal, you love that one.
Yeah, but
Bear
I said for
country.
the most part. But the reason I like that match is because of the ending, and
Beer country.
and the format was cool. I'm glad they didn't clog the ring up this time. We watched Double or Nothing. What was the first one?
Yeah.
They had everybody in the ring before they
The
started
one-legged guys doing
before everybody's out of the
619s.
pool.
Yeah, the no-legged guy is doing 619s
Yeah.
and
Eliminated
630.
Shawn Spears.
So
I give this a 6. I thought it was okay.
I'm gonna give it a 5 3/4.
Ooh, we bring back the quarters.
I'm giving it a 5, but I like the finish.
Yeah.
I really don't like battle royals.
They just do too many.
And like Royal Rumbles, I'm a little bit more just because more star power in there. Like this match had like maybe 3 people you think were gonna win.
Like if they would have
True.
did this format or this match like the ladder format they did, like last year, it'd be a little more interesting.
I'll say this though, I do like Preston Vance. Once he gets rid of the mask, he's gonna be good.
Cool.
He'll be a star once he gets rid of that fucking mask.
You'll be sorry if you look him up and see what he looks like under the mask. You'll be like, why is he wearing the mask in the first place? He's a jacked like supermodel dude.
Facts. All right. So then,
But I like 10 too.
Then we get a match that we can start falling asleep to.
I mean,
I didn't this time.
I'll say this: I didn't like the setup, and I didn't actually hate it. But
We got Cody Rhodes versus Oh no, Anthony Ogogo.
this is called. It's why you're stealing Jim Cornette's bit.
That's funny.
I don't listen to Jim Cornette, so this is all new to me.
But Cody and his burial process. I didn't want to say that he buries people, but man, come on, Spears, a go-go.
Where's the shovel, Cody?
He put over Darby, but
He's the guy who broke up or blew
And
up
MJF.
Triple H's throne because he was the guy getting buried by WWE. Now he's doing shit like this.
well, he put over Darby and he put over MJF. I can't say
Those
he
are
put
the
over,
only two he put over.
Yeah, but those two were already over. In fairness.
I can't say he put over Jericho because Jericho's Jericho. Like,
Yeah.
his 3 pay-per-view losses were MJF, Darby, and Jericho.
Yeah, so Jericho is already a bona fide star, no matter what the result would have been for Cody's match with him.
Yeah, well,
A go-go just got like, hey, welcome to the family. You've been here for 2 years. Nobody knows who you are. You've been on TV for a month, and now you're going back down.
True.
so Cody Rhodes comes out in this freaking getup that made him look more British, which is the thing he was railing against.
I actually saw the photo.
Then he did American.
No, but it's a photo that somebody posted. And I thought of it right after I saw it. Like, yeah, that's what it looked like.
Look at freaking
You
like.
hear about Amazon's superhero show, The Boys?
Nope.
He looks like Homelander from that show. That's what he looks like. And that guy
And
is,
maybe people will get that because I don't. So
he's like an evil Superman.
evil, huh?
But he's got like the gold. He's got the red, white, and blue get up, but he's got like the gold shit on his
Shoulder
shoulders.
pads and shit and
And
tassels.
He's basically Captain America and Superman, but evil.
It's like discount Captain America and Superman put together. Like I don't know. Like I'm gonna look because Chris talked to me about the storyline before it started. Then I saw the videos
Dumb.
and I'm like I don't understand it.
I'd rather see the footage of Cody running outside with his dog in a hoodie.
I can't believe Cody didn't just grab the mic after the match and like, that was for America. Go back to Britain.
That's okay. The crowd did it for him. Don't worry about it. The crowd did it for him.
The crowd were marks on this one.
So anyway, we'll
It's my least favorite Cody program.
It was cool that Justin Roberts announced him as the great grandson of a plumber, the son of a hard-working man,
American.
the American dream, Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, but
Even though he needs to stop after this. One time, do it.
That's what he said. He said it's
Because-
a one-time only thing.
Being the American Nightmare sounds a lot cooler.
and I think he's gonna go heel anyway. So maybe he'll do that after all.
All I know is I don't mind it. I think Anthony Ogogo could be something, but this is not the way to go about his first story, especially if he was going to lose.
Well, I guess if you're gonna lose somebody, it might as well be Cody.
So Rhodes does the Rhodes family drop down strike to a go-go.
Is that what you're calling it now?
Well, I mean, technically Dustin does it, he does it.
I'm sure Dusty Rhodes did it too at some point.
Maybe.
I doubt he did.
A go-go does an Olympic slam to Rhodes.
They don't call
Kurt
it that
Ang-
anymore. The Olympic Committee literally made them change it.
I'm calling it the Olympic slam because it's not the angle slam.
Even though Kurt Angle's probably on his podcast going like, "You just stole my move, that bastard."
No, he's not drunk. When he's drunk, he'll say that.
Randy Orton and Kurt Angle talked about that when Randy Orton did it that one time.
Yeah, when
That's funny.
Angle was drunk and then he was on Twitter pissed.
He
That
used
move
my
looked
move.
familiar.
He goes, "Where's my royalty checks?"
Jesus.
So Rhodes does a scoop slam to a go-go. Rhodes does cattle mutilation to a go-go.
What is that again?
That was the submission move where he had a go-go on his stomach and Cody was on his back with the arms.
Oh, and his arms are back.
Yep.
That's all.
What did he put? Dumb storyline.
That's all he wrote.
I should have put stupid.
That's all. Stupid.
So Rhodes does cattle mutilation to a go-go. A go-go does a German to Rhodes. A go-go does a running elbow to Rhodes. A go-go does a clothesline to Rhodes. QT Marshall ends up hitting Rhodes in the face. A go-go does an F5 suplex to Rhodes. Rhodes is a bulldog to a go-go. Rhodes does the Cody cutter to Ogogo. Ogogo does a top rope frog splash to Rhodes. Ogogo does a running corner forearm to Rhodes. Rhodes does a drop kick and a figure 4 leg lock to Ogogo. Ogogo does a gut wrench dominator to Rhodes. Rhodes does the vertebreaker to Ogogo. And Cody Rhodes wins.
With a vertebreaker.
Yeah, the amount of the notes you took was about the amount of interest I had in this match. It was, to me, it was boring, and the crowd were fucking marks for this shit. They're fucking chanting USA like this is really some kind of stupid, freaking like a real battle between like they probably thought it was the War of 1812 or some nonsense like that.
I mean,
Come
they should
on,
have
man.
brought that up in the promo package. Why not?
Make me hate it even more.
At this point, it teaches a history lesson.
The stupid thing is see Ogogo actually do some wrestling moves in this match instead of just punching people. I actually think he's not that.
He's not. This story was shit.
Oh, yeah, the story was shit. He didn't go over. That's also shit.
That hurts him.
I would have loved to see the crowd's reaction if Cody had lost.
His one night as the American Dream. I gotta go over, guys.
Because you know there's a sign out there that says if Ogogo wins, we riot, right? You know, it's probably out there.
I fucking doubt it.
It's not like Ogogo's.
No, they would have showed it.
Not like Ogogo's John Cena or something.
Yeah, but he's coming in apparently as the villain because he's only because he's British, and I assume Cody started all this bullshit.
Yeah. He did. They should have brought Cody in. Well, I guess he's been on commentary on Dark saying like slight shots at America, but that's Dark. How are you gonna?
Yeah, who the fuck watches Dark every week?
Yeah. But
I don't think
too much content AEW.
I mean, they should have just brought in Kurt Angle and be like, bro, you're a bronze medalist. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, these
he got a fucking RKO on Monday.
He did.
These USA versus other country storylines were friggin' played out in the 80s. This is nonsense.
Well, okay. I'm okay with it if the person's fucking character is foreign heel. Like when Rusev did it against Cena, made sense because they were like Lana and Rusev were out there talking about fucking Vladimir Putin.
Yeah, but then Rusev got buried there too.
That was dumb. But at the same point, they were like, "Oh, we love Vladimir Putin."
Or just
It was just to get heat, yeah. But
this shit didn't have heat.
Just wait until they do a flag match like Rusev and Cena.
Anthony Ogogo didn't have heat. Literally, like every other fucking person on the card, they either got majorly cheered or at least semi-booed. Ogogo, nothing.
Don't worry, there'll be a match later where the person who's supposed to be the heel gets cheered more than the person that is face because everybody wants to see the heel win that particular
Which that's fine.
Well, there's no heels today except for Ogogo apparently because he got no reaction.
Ogogo's not even a heel. You just don't get nothing.
You don't get a reaction.
Yeah, but
let's reenact Ogogo's pop.
His music starts playing. 1, 2, 3. Cody wins. America.
Yeah, seriously.
America wins. Yeah.
That's literally how it went. I'm sorry, Ogogo.
All right, so
I like you too.
Storyline aside, the match was it was just a 5. I mean, it was okay for what it was. They didn't fuck up, but to me the storyline was just I can't stand freaking like the USA versus a foreign heel kind of storyline more. They've been played out since I was a kid. And I can't get behind it. Even when Rusev was doing it, I never was really behind that part of it. Luckily, Rusev was too good at what he did, and he got over it because of it.
Speaking of Rusev, we're going to talk about him in a few minutes.
So,
fuck, dude.
But I gave it a 5 because at least the match itself was okay, even if it wasn't interesting.
Okay, so here's
I'm going 5 as well. Fuck.
I'm going 4.5. Here's why.
Okay.
Story sucks, and coming from probably the biggest Cody mark in this room, fuck Cody Rhodes right now, bro. I hate all of his storylines with the Shaq thing and this thing and all of it since probably MJF have not been very good.
Is there like a?
Oh, Darby was good.
I mean, like the Shaq thing at least was fun because Shaq took a bump.
I rate that match a lot better than this, but I was just like, this was dumb.
Yeah. No, and by the way, I still laugh when I see QT Marshall running away from Arn Anderson.
That was that too.
Especially with the chair.
It was funny because the camera view was a hard camera was on the ring, and QT Marshall had just done something, and you see Arn Anderson walking towards the other side of the ring. He's just, I'm gonna go get that guy. He's gonna get me. And I was like, get the fuck. And then you see QT Marshall like hottailing it up the entrance ramp. I was like, what the fuck, man? Just because just because Arn Anderson has a chair, chairs don't hurt people in wrestling.
Say,
well, sometimes they do.
Cody. To finish my point on that, though, I was gonna say
I thought it was
if
hilarious.
Go would have won, it's 5.5. Just Cody going over.
I'm gonna
this
give it
match,
6.
Yeah, this match, like this, at least 5.5 for Go wins. Cody winning this match is pointless, and that I severely hurt it for him winning the match alone.
Yeah.
Like lose to somebody, you fucking asshole.
Cody.
That's not already over.
Cody, here's the deal. What we need you to do
Fuck off, right, Crick?
is have a storyline first off that makes a difference. Like your first couple of stories with Spears and MJF and Jericho, great stories. Since then, you've been going downhill, buddy.
And the Brody stuff wasn't really a story because he just like showed back up one day and kicked his ass and had a John Collar match.
Exactly. That's the thing. Is like that wasn't like a story.
The
Like,
Darby, I like the Darby story
The Darby one. The only reason why it was a story is because they had that draw.
because it kept having matches.
Had they not had a bunch of had they not had multiple matches, that would have been 0 story too. So the story on that one would have sucked ass too.
I probably would have disowned Cody if Darby didn't win that match. Not gonna lie.
Like honestly, at this point, Cody, you need to come up with either some better storylines, or just
Here we go.
pick
All
some
out.
better opponents.
Here we go. All out. Cody faces Miro and loses. Done. Make a story out of that, and don't make it about America and Russia.
Well, Bear's not playing the Russia card, is he?
No, but he
But he is
he's
from
still
there.
the Bulgarian. They still talk about
Gotcha.
him being Bulgarian.
Or doesn't even necessarily have to be fucking. It doesn't even
give
have-
him something. I'm just
doesn't
saying
have to be Miro.
that's something I would watch.
It
if
could
you
it could have been QT on this show.
I wouldn't have liked that. I didn't like his spirit of the 2 matches of QT. I didn't like.
No, but I mean, it could have made it a fucking bull rope match or something.
This whole factory Nightmare Family thing is pissing me off.
They just need to do something with him that's more interesting than what the fuck he's doing. And don't be burying younger talent that have potential.
Stupid thing is he's the one who brought him in.
Yeah.
Well, if we don't see a go again, I won't be surprised.
Oh, you will.
A go. I also like the fact you were trained by Paige's family. Paige, yeah.
God, there's one bit we can't get in this show.
Nope.
Don't force it.
I'm not going to. I'm just talking about the bits. I can't
anyways,
get in.
we're done with the go. We're done with Rhodes.
Bye-bye.
We're on to the TNT title match.
Like I said, we're gonna talk about Miro in a second.
Miro Day versus Lance Archer.
Day.
The hard-hitting
they're gonna
match
do it
that
more.
went on.
What?
Thought you were gonna do it even more.
Miro Day. I'm not doing it. I can't. I was already too low when I came out with Day.
Miro Day. Is that what you mean? Little bass.
All right. So
For that trouble.
this match,
No trouble.
they jump each other before the bell.
Lance Archer
Lance
almost
Archer
botched that
tried
dive.
to kill himself.
Yeah, he almost. I think his feet got caught on that rope, didn't it? I mean, I wasn't one who. I wasn't the only one who saw that, right?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, he damn near. Yeah, I think Miro had to catch him.
he wrecked him. Damn near killed him.
Killed himself.
But anyways, once the match officially starts, Archer does a corner clothesline to Miro. Archer does a big boot to Miro. Archer does the old school moonsault to Miro.
Oh, and I don't mind like later in the match, maybe when Miro's taking some punishment and he can't figure out what's going on. Okay, I get that. This is 2 minutes into the match and he hasn't taken any punishment at all. You're looking right at him, just yoink, yoink. All you gotta do, little bit. What's a little bit?
Storytelling.
Yeah, I mean, this is just a fun suggestion on my part because Lance Archer has to look backwards because it's a moonsault to see where Miro is. Have Miro just be like, "Hi," and she pulls him off. I would have laughed out loud, and I would get this match to 10 if that had happened.
True.
I might give it a 10 anyway, so we'll see.
So Archer does
Maybe.
a.
You and your Lance Archer matches on these reviews, man. You gave Lance Archer and Cody on Double or Nothing 2020 like a 10.
Archer does a Uranagi to
That was
Miro
good.
through a table. Miro does a belly to belly to Archer into the crowd.
Mm.
Miro does a corner clothesline to Archer.
Not the best crowd spot, by the way. We'll talk about that later.
Archer does a running crossbody to Miro.
And those are still the wrestlers that they put out front.
Yeah.
Miro does a spin kick to Archer. Archer does the helicoaster to Miro.
Like that.
Miro does the Samoan drop to Archer. Miro does the quote-unquote thrust kick now, but it was the Machka kick to Archer.
They can't call it the Machka kick?
No.
I
Trademark?
swear I heard at least one of the times they hit it.
Miro throws... So, Jake the Snake Roberts comes out.
Yes,
Oh, yes.
I love that part.
And he's got the bag with the snake in it. Quote
Preserve.
unquote.
No, there's a snake in that bag.
Miro
Okay,
takes the bag
sure.
and fucking chucks that shit up the ramp.
Get the out of here with that. So good.
Which was pretty hilarious. Archer does a choke slam to Miro. Archer does the pounce to Miro. Ouch. Miro does a snap suplex and another thrust kick to Archer. Miro attempts game over, but Archer reverses it. Then Miro does game over literally on the ground and rakes Archer's back pretty far back, and Miro wins.
Yeah, it was that spot where he had like, it's like the camel clutch and just pulled him back and then.
So he's like on the ground,
He's
laying
on the
down,
ground, but like
essentially.
but the idea is to make it look like he bent Archer backwards and broke him in half, right?
He damn near broke him in half.
Rusev did it to Kalisto once. I was like, I look great.
Basically, he did
The
Deontay
thing is, though,
Martin
is
on
for...
Friday.
Well, the funniest thing is when he did it to Kalisto, he did it the regular way. It's just Kalisto is that flexible and he's
Yeah.
able to bend all the way fucking back.
Yeah, and luckily for Miro, he was able to lock it in really, really good, and then he's made it look like some kind of submission move that wasn't that was ground based, like maybe the Kirifuda clutch or whatever.
Yeah.
So something along those lines. I don't know. Unfortunately, I wish the camera would have caught it on the ground as I didn't mind the top view of it. It just took away from the way the move would have been executed to me because I couldn't tell what it was what was happening. I would rather the camera been a little bit more closer, but it still looked cool. I'm not complaining about
Miro Day.
Miro Day. Miro Day.
You can tell which matches he liked and which ones he's looking at.
With the
Why?
amount
Because
of
I'm talking
notes.
about them.
The amount of notes on some of the matches.
Oh yeah, I know. It's a tell.
Oh,
The
I'm going to disagree with you on that women's match, son.
the mirror went through a table. Didn't really kind of no sold it in a way. The mirror belly to belly on Archer over the barricade. Not the best in crowd spot. We'll get to that.
That was
Insane.
fucking.
Miro throwing the snake away. Miro looked dominant. I'm surprised it was Archer that had to take the fall because I like Lance Archer.
Archer's buried.
Except for the
that was last year's Double or Nothing when Cody beat him for the TNT
yeah.
title.
except for the old school moonsault thing. I love Lance Archer. I think it's great. As long as not losing to Cody and getting.
So let's watch some old Lance Hoyt matches.
Miro's awesome. I've liked him since Rusev. I've loved ever since Rusev came to pass.
Machka.
I didn't watch him in NXT. I watched him debut as the Bulgarian Brute with Lana. And hi, Lana.
I
know you're
watched him in
CJ.
NXT. I watched him in NXT.
Hi, CJ.
And
He was fucking weird back in NXT though, because he had more like a caveman looking attire versus the fucking stuff he has now.
And
the shoes.
Yeah, and he got
And
over.
Matt Riddle.
He got over more than once as the Bulgarian Brute, then Rusev Day. So he refashioned himself, and it worked. Ironically.
Ironically.
Unlike Tamina.
This whole
Yeah.
show is ironic, remember?
And here no irony involved in this comment because he's an ass kicker and he's gonna hold this belt for 6 months before anybody comes close to beating him. But whoever does will get that rub, and it's gonna be
Kip
awesome.
Sabian.
And it's gonna be awesome. Kip Sabian with his revenge. Yeah.
Well, I mean, technically, there's no real revenge. Just Kip got hurt.
I mean, he did.
I thought Miro hurt him. Though.
Miro did fucking break, storyline break his arm in the door, and then, hugged him, I'm sorry, we're good now. I'm sorry. After
Well, because he was pissed off because fucking he threw Penelope Ford in the way again.
But then Kip did end up getting surgery a couple weeks ago.
But I got a feeling if these two guys had more of a story, it'd be even better. A little bit more time maybe as well, but that's just nitpicking.
They had to get the title on him first before they could build the story.
Kip's apparently a dick, too, if you go on his Twitch.
Is he?
He goes, don't talk to me about wrestling.
Okay.
When he's doing his gaming thing, he doesn't want to
Sorry.
talk about
What the fuck? We can't ask you questions about wrestling, dumbass.
No, I'm gaming, guys.
That's what we know you as.
I gave this a 7. Really good.
7 as well.
I'm going to play the 7.5.
Solid match.
I really liked it. it was going to go one of two ways, and it went more towards the way I wanted it to go than the way I thought it would go.
Decisive
Or than
finish.
the other way to go.
Miro didn't need any bullshit. It was pretty good. Like it's a little bit more time, but like other than that, decisive finish, good booking. Both guys look great. Have a good night.
Archer
Japan
continues his double or nothing tradition of losing in a straight up singles match for the TNT title.
He does his fucking AEW pay-per-view tradition of losing.
Yeah, but this one's for the TNT title, and that last one was for the TNT title.
He has not fucking won on a damn pay-per-view.
Soon.
He should.
Soon.
What was his other one?
He fucking lost the Revolution ladder match.
Oh yeah, he was in the ladder match. I don't consider I'm not worried about the multi-man matches.
And then I think he was in a match at Full Gear that he lost to. Archer just can't win on pay-per-view.
Just put him on Dark, then he'll win.
He does win on Dark.
Everyone wins on Dark. If you're signed to the fucking company, you win on Dark.
That is true. There's literally the only thing that you can't predict on Dark is the main event, because it's like it'll be like, oh, Lee Johnson versus indie guy. Lee Johnson's winning.
I was gonna say at least the dark elevation matches are a little bit more debatable because
not as much though.
They bring up the people because they're putting people who have wins against each other. When you watch Dark, it's like here's John Moxley versus this 0-14 job guy. You can't even say his name.
Oh, interesting. So the 0-14 guy, if he gets a win here,
as I saw on Twitter, Cody talking about Fuego del Sol.
Yep.
He's like, Fuego's like, oh, I'm still popular, blah, 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 like, and whatever. And Cody's like, you're literally last. You have no wins. You're 0-35. You're literally last on the rankings.
That's the point, Cody. Everyone knows me for that.
Which is hilarious because Fuego del Sol has the most expensive cameo because it's literally Fuego del Sol and Cody Rhodes.
Please give me $1,000.
$1,000.
Who?
Fuego del Sol. But he's also got Cody Rhodes.
Fair enough.
Yeah, Cody's like Shad Khan, though. It's just a cutout of Cody Rhodes.
I wouldn't doubt it. But fucking Christ, man. First off, there is lack of Victory Road filler in this show.
There is no Victory Road. There's one, and it's actually a pretty good one. So
the only thing that happens after every single match is we get JR and Excalibur and Tony going.
Talk about what else
All
is
right,
on the card.
This is the rest of the matches on the card.
In case you forgot 15 minutes ago when we went over it last time.
It's like, oh, okay.
But then there's the one time between the main event and between the World Title match and Stadium Stampede.
That was the only one that I was like, okay, that makes sense.
And it actually got every one of us. So
Somebody going to talk about somebody.
But then, normally though, like you were saying on an episode of Dark, the main event is the only thing you can't predict because it'd be like Matt Hardy or Butcher and Blade versus Dark Order. It's like, okay, that's like the only match you can't really quote unquote predict. But then you'll see like a lot of the older Darks have like Peter Avalon and Brandon Cutler versus the Young Bucks.
Also, it's gonna get real interesting when they start traveling again, how they film those shows.
Yeah, exactly. Then it was like, all right, it's Brandon Cutler and Peter Avalon again, but they're versus the Butcher and the Blade.
And now it's the best Dark storyline ever was Peter Avalon versus Brandon Cutler. Because
who could win first?
They found a way. They found a way to have a double count out.
Oh God.
A double disqualification.
Draw.
And a draw. And then they had their fucking whatever, and Brandon Cutler finally won with Legos.
Yeah. They had a
false count
lights out match or whatever.
He like powerbombed him on the Legos. It was great.
But anyways, we're on to the AEW Women's title match.
The new women's title that was clearly designed for Britt Baker to have.
It was designed for a bigger champion.
It was designed properly for the people that have been holding the title for the last year.
Exactly. So now Nyla Rose has a more sizable championship to go for versus the little toy that they had before.
Real. And it's so nice of Sheeta to get a new title belt for Britt Baker. Yeah.
So it's the AEW Women's title match. Hikaru Shida versus Britt Baker.
This is the match I was talking about where the face, everybody wanted the heel to win. So it's like, fuck. Sheeta, we respect you, but please, job.
Yeah.
Facts. So Sheeta does the bow and arrow to Baker. Baker does the hammerlock to Sheeta. Sheeta does the Hurricane Rana and the drop kick to Baker. Sheeta does a Brett's rope crossbody to Rebel and Baker on the outside.
That was good.
A.K.A. Reba.
Not
My
Reba.
crutch is my clutch. My crutch is clutch.
Baker does the curb stomp to Sheeta. Baker does a butterfly suplex to Sheeta.
Shishita.
To Sheeta.
Shishita.
I did the same thing. I just didn't get it out in time.
Baker does a Uranagi to Sheeta into the turnbuckle. Sheeta does not 1, not 2, but 3 running knees in the corner
Not
to Baker.
5?
No, not 5.
No, it's not Kenny Omega's V triggers.
No, it's not the match against Nyla Rose where she had to kick her in the face 6 times and then finally pin her.
And then one time into the giant poker chip.
Yeah. Exactly. Baker does a suplex, or Sheeta does a suplex to Baker. Sheeta does a running knee to the back of the head of Baker. Sheeta does an enziguri to Baker. Baker does the fisherman's neck buster to Sheeta. Baker does a sling blade and an air raid crash to Sheeta.
Where's Baker Bacon?
Baker's bacon brownies.
Okay.
Baker does the crossface to Sheeta.
I didn't know where you're going to go with it. I don't want to see if you're dancing.
Sheeta does a German to Baker. Sheeta does the
The
dive.
German Baker. Oh, God.
She's
Schnitzel.
German. She's German bacon. Sheeta does a diving elbow to Baker.
That was a
Sheeta
bad
does the superplex to Baker. Sheeta does the stretch muffler to Baker. Rebel accidentally hits Baker with a
Reba?
crutch.
I thought that this is when I started to get to the point where it's like, God, don't
Sheeta
do it.
does the Falcon Arrow to Baker.
It was not her best.
No, it was not her.
She is the only person I've seen actually pin somebody in AEW with Falcon Arrow, though.
Ooh.
Rebel gets the title and throws it in the ring. Baker does the curb stomp to Sheeta on the title.
Kick out.
Sheeta does the running knee to Baker.
Kick out.
Baker gets the lockjaw to Sheeta.
Trappy tap.
Tappity tap tap tap. Finally, a good booking decision. It's like,
Britt Baker wins.
this is what a Cody Rhodes match should be like.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
The right person.
Minus
over.
the Albert falling asleep part.
What?
The Albert not taking notes part.
Well, I didn't fall asleep. I just,
You were getting there.
yeah. I thought this might be a little bit more, I don't know, more action, I guess. It was just mat based, and it's fine. It just wasn't what I thought it was going to be. But I will say this, though, the crowd was all about this, but it didn't hype me up, though. I just didn't. But the finish was good, though.
Baker.
It was the one time in my.
Baker.
It's one of the few times in my life. I think CM Punk at Money in the Bank 2011. It's like even the heel going into the match gets this huge ass pop.
Yeah. If he hadn't done his that pipe bomb, he wouldn't have.
I wouldn't say CM Punk, and it was in Chicago.
If you want to
Yeah.
be
I'm not
if you want
comparing
to be a
CM
dick,
Punk.
you can say John Cena and RVD at ECW when it's that.
I'm not comparing CM Punk to
They
this
both
moment.
got a reaction.
To this moment for Britt Baker, but to have the entire crowd be like, yeah, that heel right there.
Hey man,
Good
straight
for
out.
you.
I was trying to figure out what the story of the match was. Like, I didn't know if there's a story other than they're trying to get to the finish. Wasn't sure. Because, like, was there a body part being used? Was there, like, some kind of thing that they had between the two of them that they were trying to take advantage
I
of?
know
or-
Britt probably wanted to protect her face because the last time they were in a match, she'd have broke her
Broken
nose.
nose.
Well, I didn't see any, like, I don't know.
From all those knees that Sheeta does.
Yeah, the match
Well,
didn't.
she did 7 of them to Nyla Rose.
Yeah, the match didn't suck for me. It was just boring. But I mean, they obviously are great workers. It just didn't work for me, except for the end. Like I said a second ago. And like halfway through the match, I was like, I hope the finish is good because I'm getting bored.
Hey, all the people care about is the finish.
Yeah. Well, not well. I mean, this is all.
Everyone only cares about when you finish.
See,
Yeah, they do.
And sometimes some people don't get the finish, and you get to be like, oh, I did. So.
Yeah.
Bye.
Here's your captor.
Yeah,
Ding.
I was just about to go there too.
Go get yourself some McDonald's before you go.
Yeah,
Come back around too.
Yeah, I like the idea that like it's almost like Britt Baker won clean, but she had to use some nefarious circumstances to get there.
For sure, the moment she got
with
hit
the
with
clutch, I thought she was going to lose it when the clutch happened, and then
when the crutch happened.
when the clutch crutch didn't happen, I guess you could say. But I'm glad that they got Britt Baker with the belt because seeing Hikaru Shida defend the belt like about 20,000 more times was going to be in the cards because like if she beats everybody,
She's
who's
already
gonna
been
beat her?
champion for a year.
Yeah. You guys might have a better opinion about this match than I do, so I'll let you guys talk about it.
I was just gonna say the one thing when you talk about the crutch, I think with the crutch, Baker getting hit by the crutch justifies her using the belt minutes later, like she got hit with an illegal object, even though it was her person who did it. So her using the belt with the curb stomp and still not being the finish and having an actual clean finish.
A non-American object.
Makes neither
International object.
That's right. That's what they used to say.
Makes either one of those situations fine.
Yeah, and that was like when the end got good because of the false finishes and and then the crowd was getting into it as well.
I got into it. I thought they were gonna fuck this up. I said it straight
Don't
up.
fuck up. Don't fuck up.
Oh yeah, because of the actual finish.
Every time Britt was getting pinned, I'm like, don't
fuck it up. Stop it. Yeah,
you look like you're fucking it up.
I didn't know the lockjaw was like. Well, so I understand when Britt Baker puts her fingers in her mouth like the mandible claw. But what's the part where she locks you up in
It's essentially the crossface too.
And she just brings you up and
basically,
then
it's a crossface and then the mandible claw at the same time.
They talked to her because like they did some fancy dental explanation for like when she puts her fingers in her mouth, she's like hitting certain points.
There's a nerve in there.
Yeah, like she's hitting that.
It's under your tongue. It's under your tongue.
Yeah, she's hitting that, and that's what's making the pain happen. That's why they tap so quickly after.
Yeah.
She does it.
Even though I didn't like the match very much, I still gave it a 6.
I'll go 6.5 because I mean it could have been better, but it also could have been way worse.
Yeah.
I'm going 7.5 because I enjoyed it just as much as the pre-show match.
Okay.
Fair enough.
So then we go to the next match.
And obviously I like both.
His dick is reaching for the sky. Scorpio sky.
Oh yeah.
And then there's this Ethan Page trying to get out from under it.
Yep. So Ethan Page is also there.
Yeah, when the room gets dark, you know Scorpio's in the room.
And then
that could be.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because there's no.
Yeah, his big dick blocks the sun.
Yeah.
And then it's Sting.
The man called Sting.
And Darby Allin.
Can we just before we even go and that job guy named Job?
Yeah, Darby Allin.
Let's just before we start, can we have a moment of clapping this for Sting? Because this was more than I could ask for 6 years out of the ring.
Yeah.
You can have 6 Scorpio Sky penises for that.
Yikes. It's like 60 out of 10.
Oh, shit. So this match...
We might be the only people in the history of the world who thinks that joke is funny.
They brawl beforehand again.
Right off the bat, Tope Suicida from Darby Allin.
And
Darby
looks like he kills himself every time.
I'm going to steal Andy Nimity's thing on Twitter about when he watches Dynamite. Why is every AEW episode of AEW Dynamite the best Dynamite ever? Like, why is every time Darby does a suicide dive the best suicide dive ever?
Yeah, because he doesn't use his arms to catch himself. He uses his whole body. I mean, this guy used a coffin drop for a finisher.
True. So then, before the match even starts, you have Sting diving off of the stage onto Page and Sky.
I was going to talk about how Sting took the fucking suplex on the stage before that.
True.
And they no sold it.
He did no sell that.
And then he took his shirt off.
Yeah, he still had the onesie gear on.
He's got the onesie on.
He's got the singlet.
He's got the onesie.
He's wearing his onesie. He broke it out. It still fits, guys.
He ripped it out. He whipped it out just for this.
Yeah, but then he does that. Like, before the official match even starts, he takes a bump on the stage, jumps off some poker chips. Like, guy's going insane just for the...
No sells
You
this
still
shirt.
got it. You still got
I'd say
it.
he only did one thing in this match that was kind of sloppy, and then again, he never does that move, so it's fine.
So, Allin does the corner forearm to Sky. Sting does the bulldog to Sky. Allin does an arm bar to Sky. Sky does a springboard cutter to Allin. Page then at this point just tosses Allin into the crowd.
He lands on his brother. They brought this up. There's Darby Allin's younger brothers.
Hell of a... That's arguably my favorite spot of the night.
And he does it not once, but twice.
Twice as nice.
Sky does a backbreaker to Allin. Page does a suplex to Allin. Page throws Allin into the corner twice, sorry, and then he throws him into the crowd.
Yeah,
Allin sleeper to Page. Allin does the stunner to Page. Sting does the stinger splash to Page and Sky.
Woo! Stinger!
Sting, code red to Page.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one that wasn't not necessarily the best, but it was fine.
Yeah.
Page does the power bomb to Allin onto Sting.
That looked good.
Sting does the Scorpion Deathlock to Paige.
This was a good moment too.
Then Sky does the Fujiwara armbar to Allen.
Allen.
Yeah, Aubrey Edwards.
Okay, let me rephrase that because you read it wrong. It was Allen did the Fujiwara armbar to
whatever.
Paige, and then Sky comes in and does the leg hook to Allen.
Then they're fucking bitch slapping each other.
They are. It's like, and they're the two legal men in the ring.
The two legal men are being submitted by the two non-legal men.
Then
And
Sting.
Aubrey was like, "Get out of the ring!"
And she counted it. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, guys, come on.
Get out of the ring!
Then Sting does the Scorpion Death Drop to our boy Big Dick Sky.
Big Dick Sky goes for that TKO style move they like to do from the springboard from the outside to the inside, and then Sting just holds her up, said "fuck you," and drops his ass.
Boom.
Yeah, Sting went for a stinger splash, and I think Sky moved out of the way. Then what was that springboard thing you're talking about? Whatever that was called.
TKO.
Yeah, and then Sting says "fuck off," and then hits the death drop for the.
I think this match had everything it needed to have. It
Big
had the
Dick
moment.
Sky got to see the lights.
It
He did.
had the moments of Darby getting the shit kicked in like always, Darby making his comebacks like always, Darby hitting his moves like always.
Yeah,
and then Sting did exactly what he needed to do.
I wrote here, Darby Allin is the best at taking a beating. And I like how they delayed the hot tag to Sting. He did it first, and I was like, "What?" Because I was even like, "What the fuck's going on here?" And then I was like, "Oh yeah, okay, I originally see the tag. Oh yeah, okay."
Yeah.
Delayed gratification, and then Sting gets the hot tag, crowd goes nuts, and Sting. My favorite spot was I'm sorry, not my favorite spot, but a good spot was when before he did the body press, and he's just right behind Sky. He's just glaring at him, and Sky's like, "Oh shit, he's behind me, isn't he?" And then Sting does the little friggin' this thing that when he just beats his chest and then
Throws him
off, and then he does the body press. I thought it was great. I don't think Sting still has it per se, because
I said they did everything they needed to do.
Correct.
They didn't try too
right.
much.
Yeah, they didn't try too much. He did what he could do. They worked around his weaknesses. I'm sorry, not his weaknesses.
Just wait for that inevitable singles match of Chris Jericho on pay-per-view. See if he
Yeah,
has
just
it.
don't do a buckle bomb, whatever you do. But yeah, I agree with you 100%. Everybody in here had their spot. Scorpio Sky is always really good. Ethan Page was the guy. He had a spot when he press slammed. Well, that too. He press slammed Darby Allin like about 5 miles into the crowd. And and tell me someday that Sting and Darby Allin won't challenge for the tag belts. At some point, they probably should.
They should face the Bucks.
Oh no.
Because see Sting getting mocked by the Bucks.
Oh!
Yeah, the look about Sting's face paint when he was like,
Oh!
yeah,
Dude, I saw so many
with
jokes.
those freaking shoulder pad jackets
I saw so many jokes about
and the blonde hair. Maybe they'll find a way to make it look, I don't know.
about the
big
Bucks
surfer
potentially.
Sting.
Yeah,
There's a couple jokes about the
Really?
Bucks potentially coming out in like shield jackets to troll Moxley
Brr,
with their
brr,
entrance.
brr.
why not? I mean, they didn't match anyway. Yeah, I enjoyed this match. I gave it a 7. I enjoyed it.
7.5.
I give it an 8.
There you
I
go.
liked it.
Nice. Oh shit. Now we go to the main event.
Now we go to the 2 matches where I'm giving more than an 8, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, so we get the semi-main event, aka
Triple threat match for the AEW World Championship.
that's the one.
Oh my god.
Kenny Omega
Yeah, this
from
is awesome.
from not North Carolina.
But like I think in Montreal.
Yep. Versus Orange Cassidy from wherever.
Not North Carolina.
Weighing whatever. Versus the Bastard Pack.
See, now I'm confused because you were like 2 fucking
Because I was watching it.
He's gonna come out there. This was a 4. Fuck it.
Omega side headlock and shoulder tackle to Pack. Omega and Pack do a running crossbody to each other. OC does a double Hurricane Rana to Omega and Pack. OC does a tope to Pack. OC tornado DDT to Omega. Pack Hurricane Rana to Omega. Pack Acai moonsault to Omega off the apron.
Off the middle rope, actually.
Pack shotgun drop kick to OC and Omega.
The fucking shotgun drop kicks and it's a boot kick from Kenny Omega.
Pack drop kick to Omega and OC. Omega running elbow to OC. Omega, you can't escape to Pack. Omega backstabber to OC, who is chilling in the corner.
As usual.
God damn it. So, Omega, back body drop to Pac. Omega, tilt the world wheel, tilt the world backbreaker to OC.
Yeah, you get your words out as fast as this match goes by.
Omega, sliding drop kick to OC and Pac.
To the rope.
Omega, Terminator tope to Pac and OC.
Yeah, the crowd was a little anticipatory.
OC, stun dog millionaire to Omega. Pac, 450 splash to
I like
Omega.
how he's trying to
And
make it sound more intense,
OC.
like emphasizing the names when he says
Omega, Snapdragon
Damn,
to
I'll get it worse.
Pac and OC. Omega, V-Trigger to OC.
It's almost like I was there.
Pac, German to Omega.
Close. Just gotta jump to the TV.
Omega,
Put it back on
V-Trigger to Pac. Omega, Lariat to Pac.
What was that ending? Oh my god.
Omega, corner V-Trigger to OC. Pac, Avalanche German to Omega.
Hands in pockets, just standing on top of the ropes.
Good God Almighty, OC, Senton to Pac.
Jesus Christ. See where he's going now.
Yep. Omega with the Tiger Driver 98 to OC.
Is that Excalibur?
Yeah, pretty much.
How you gonna do your Michael Cole?
I'm waiting for you to do your friggin'. I'm waiting for you to do the hammy Vince McMahon.
Omega straight jacket suplex to Pac.
Vintage.
Omega vintage V-Trigger to Pac.
There you go. All you have to do is say vintage. You're not have to sound like Michael Cole. Still vintage in there.
Oh my God, OC Michinoku Driver to Omega.
Sound like Big Show.
No, Big Show would be, hey, just so you're aware, Omega doesn't have to be pinned to lose the championship.
I don't even know why he's in that promo package.
Pac with a brain buster to OC.
I don't know where you're going with that. I don't know what half of these ones you're trying to do right now.
Pac sunset flip powerbomb to Omega.
All right.
Pac with the avalanche falcon arrow to Omega.
You lost him.
OC with the shin kicks to Pac.
That was great. He's kicked in the balls.
Yeah.
Oh my God, JR. Pac with the low blow to OC.
Jesus Christ. Jerry Lawler? Maybe?
Yep.
Yeah, for sure. You can tell.
Pac with the tope con hilo to Omega. Mauro Ranallo.
Maybe. Wasn't excited enough.
Oh, that's right.
No, don't try it.
Pac with the black
God
arrow
damn
to OC.
Jesus.
I said, don't try it. You're
Pac-
ruining one of the best matches on the card.
Pac attempts a black arrow to him, but Omega reverses it. Pac with the brutalizer to Omega. OC beach break to Omega. OC,
One of like 7 false finishes for OC to win the match.
OC with the orange punch to Omega. And then the orange punch to Pac.
Yeah, Orange Cassidy's not over. At all.
OC with the orange punch to Pac. Pac with the brutalizer to OC.
I'm glad they're doing it during this match, not the next match.
Omega then hits the ref.
Yeah, that's the spot of the night. Like, come on, there's one other way you can do this.
Yes, I know.
Then Omega hits Pac with a AAA championship.
Oh, he hit him with the Impact.
And the
first.
Impact championship.
Impact.
And the TNA championship.
A little bit reversed, but all right.
And then he hits him with the AEW World Championship.
I love that entire
My
part.
favorite part of this entire bit is the crowd just going, "This is bullshit."
That made me laugh even more. This is great.
OC with the orange punch to Omega.
That was 3. Oh.
And then Omega ends up rolling up OC. 1,
2, 3.
By God, Kenny Omega.
Good God Almighty. He's
Yeah.
gotta be dead.
The crowd kept saying for the crowd, man, they were all about Orange Cassidy, man.
There was also a jackal on commentary.
Yeah.
Jackal. And Don Callis got involved with the match. I think he was the first one to get down there when Omega was about to lose and pulled the referee out of the ring.
He did.
And then he handed the title belts in there. And then Omega celebrates like he just won the match on his own when he basically fluked it out. And he should have lost his match like 4 times to both Pac and Cassidy.
Just between this is bullshit and then it's like attacking the referee. I'm like, yes, somebody finally did something.
How many one-winged angels?
0.
Not a 1.
How many attempts? Like 5.
How many V triggers? It's like 5.
There's a decent amount of V triggers.
Snapdragons was like 6.
There's probably just as many V triggers as there was orange punches.
Orange Cassidy, that motherfucker is over. If no one knew now, you're never gonna know. If you weren't paying attention to that match and saw how over this guy was with the crowd, not to mention it was the first time anyone's seen
Since Revolution, when he was over last time.
But did he look like he looked like he could be in the main event for a while? They looked like he fit the main event.
So I think it's funny that we're talking about this now because I want to jump back to our Revolution 2020 review when he faced Pac one-on-one and the crowd was super into it. We gave it really good grades and all this, and I was just like, yeah, this is awesome, but I don't know if I could do it over and over and over again. And here we are sitting, Orange Cassidy.
Yeah.
And here we are sitting here a year and a few months later and going like, yeah, I'm still into it.
Yeah.
Still like it.
He's like, okay, so like you can sit there and take Jim Cornette's side and say like, what the fuck is an Orange Cassidy where he just walks around?
What the hell is the pockets doing in the main event?
His thumb and his the pockets and the shin kicks and the whatever from whenever or whatever you want to call it. It's different. He's the most unique character in wrestling right now. Besides from maybe guys like Darby Allin or Danhausen or whomever.
Yes, I make all the monies.
Yeah. So like, I don't understand how anybody can say.
Very evil.
I don't understand how anybody can say Orange Cassidy
Danhausen,
is not great. He's different, and he's actually using his gimmick of being a sloth-like gimmick, and because when he actually gets in the ring and wrestles, he can freaking wrestle.
He's the best sloth I've ever seen wrestle.
And the fact that he can do half of his entire moveset with his hands in his pockets still is pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
Boom, boom,
And he was this close, like three different times,
and the crowd knew it too, because he fucking lost it every time.
But that's why when they chanted bullshit, it was because they knew that was 3, like two different occasions.
If
or whatever.
it was WWE, they would have been chanting "Same old shit, same old shit."
Hey, I've never once seen a match where somebody hit somebody 4 different times with a title belt
with 4 different belts,
and it still wasn't the end of the match.
Yeah, and I'm like, this is effing great because like. Because we knew Omega wasn't going to lose this match for sure.
No.
But like, so how was the booking going to go? And Pac got over strong because he almost won the match. OC got over strong because he almost won the match multiple times, and the crowd was behind him. And then on top of that, Pac takes all 4 title belts, doesn't get pinned. OC does, creating more sympathy for Orange Cassidy going forward. Orange Cassidy may at one point win the AEW World Title fight. I said it before. I'm not sure if I did or not.
I don't know if he will, but he could.
But does he need to?
I don't think it would be a very long reign if he did.
But yeah, so like
a couple of weeks, you know.
So does he need to?
No,
not really. His gimmick doesn't need it. So I gave this match an entire 10 out of 10.
Ooh!
There was nothing wrong with it. It had everything it needed.
Holy shit! You?
I mean.
Name one part where they fucked up. I thought that was great.
I'm at a 9.5.
Oh, come on. Half a point.
Should I bump it up to 9 3/4? It could have been a little different. That's it. Not much.
No, honestly, I'm going to go 10. I agree. Every time the crowd reacted, I reacted the same way, and the crowd made it so much better.
Yeah. So why 9.5?
You guys want me to change my vote that bad?
No. I want to know why you thought.
Defend your half a point.
You said something could have been done differently. So what was it?
I wanted to see at least one winged angel.
You wanted to see him win with his move.
No. I don't necessarily care that he wins with his move. Like it could have been a situation where he does it to Pac, and then OC comes in and fucking tries to pin Pac instead.
No, I'm glad he didn't bring up one. Well, first things first. If he doesn't want winged angel, he has to win with it.
I said they could have broke it up, but that's the point I was going to get when I think about it now, because I said that's how I wanted it to go. It's like he hits one and then somebody breaks it up. I was like, it's the most protected wrestling finish in the...
Yeah, so keep it protected. Either
if he's going to hit it, the match is over.
Well, the thing is, though, is it could be a situation where he fucking hits it, and technically, because it's triple threat, you can fuck around with that rule. So if someone else attempts to steal the pin...
I still think
that's fine.
I still think that if he hits it, he should...
But I think what they did with that particular trope in Triple Threat was both Pac and Orange Cassidy did that, where I think they tried to rob one or the other guys. Where
he threw Pac out of the ring.
Yeah, that's what it was.
He threw Pac out of the ring.
And but like I think the finish was perfect because it laid into Omega being this delusional heel who's now a wrestling god, according to what you just told me earlier.
I wanted to see some Anderson and Gallows, man.
No,
And,
man, I'm glad they weren't here. That would have fucking pissed
and,
me off.
I'm
glad
glad-
they used them in the tag team match.
I'm glad when he and the Bucks were celebrating with Don Callis, he was like, I just won the greatest match of all time.
I think
It
And,
would
uh,
have
he
been
barely
hilarious
won.
had they used the tag titles.
I think what did it for me is between attacking the referee as a
Yeah, it's
thing
so
and then
good.
the this is bullshit chant during the 4 belts attack got me. I was like, yeah,
4 belts Omega, yeah.
you win.
I thought it was outstanding.
Yeah, no, it was really good. I'm with him on this one.
All right.
Go ahead and follow that Stadium Stampede.
I mean,
Then we have an announcement
yeah, we have the announcement.
Oh, yeah. So Tony Schiavone comes to the ring and he announces that there's going to be another show
called Rampage.
called Rampage, which will be airing on TNT on Fridays because
Yeah.
Dynamite is moving to TBS.
Everything's moving to TBS in January.
But Dynamite will continue to be on Wednesday.
Yeah.
On Wednesday. Okay. So and now we're gonna have a guy coming in. He's gonna be a color commentator. He's gonna be a coach. He's gonna be a variety of things. And we find out he's the world's strongest man, one and only sexual chocolate, Mark Henry.
He's got to feed his kid the hand.
He's got to feed the hand.
Which at this
Wait.
point,
No, we're not gonna talk.
no.
We brought it around.
Wait.
We brought it around. And who was the mother of this hand?
Mae
Young's tits.
Mae Young's tits.
It came in
nailed it.
If I hadn't said sexual chocolate, you would have brought it up.
No, I wouldn't have.
Yeah.
I thought of it right in the moment. Like, wait, Mark Henry.
Yeah. So, Mae Young, you're an influence to us all.
You are our idol.
And
Mae Young's tits, Hall of Fame, RW Wrestling, Scorpio Sky's big black dick.
What if those two?
You get the hand. You get Mark Henry.
They're mutually exclusive.
Clapping cheeks.
That's our Hall of Fame right now. Just
When
those
Mark
two.
Henry came out,
Bruiser and
no,
Bruiser.
and no pun
Bruiser.
intended.
The whole bruiser, not just the penis, just the whole bruiser.
Scorpio's
and
got
nothing
dick
but the
over.
bruiser.
Scorpio's got dick over here. Mae Young's tits, and on the pedestal, it's just the Bruiser.
Yeah.
3 things in the Hall of Fame. That's it.
Yeah. So that's like our Hall of Fame wing of our RW podcast
Our,
executive building.
our stupid jokes.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
No, I no pun intended. I marked out when Mark Henry was introduced. I was like,
No, you
get
got
the
up like-
fuck out of here! I was like,
My question is just
bug-eyed. I was like, what?
why?
Yeah.
Why is Vince letting all these fucking people go?
24 years with that company, never went anywhere else.
Yeah,
You
even-
let Christian go. You let Big Show go. You let Mark Henry go. Like Matt Hardy, I kind of get it. You were kind of burying him, so you knew he
Same
was
thing with-
leaving.
Rusev and all them. Yeah.
The last
But
time
that-
Big
but
Show
that-
was in a match was the WrestleMania main event.
But then like recently, like you just let Daniel Bryan's contract expire.
I'm sure they figured something out. Until Daniel Bryan actually shows up somewhere else, I'm sure WWE figured something out.
You actually released Samoa Joe.
Yeah, that
That's
happened.
this.
You released the
The
Iconics.
I think Samoa Joe was injury related. He kept getting hurt.
But the thing is,
Didn't
though,
wanna
is
pay
he
him.
was doing so well on commentary.
Oh, true.
So
Until
what
they
was the
replaced his
point?
ass with that fucking.
He's
second
gone.
guy.
Well,
He's
He's
gone.
gone now.
You got rid of Face Fucker Phillips.
And I thought he was going to be the guy to show up for this.
To be 100% honest with you, Face Fucker Phillips is actually not a bad commentator.
No, it's just funny that
It's just he's
they caught
baby
him.
Cole.
Yeah, and he has to work with Cole and or guys like JBL or Byron
No,
Saxton or
Byron.
Corey Graves.
Byron sucks.
I saw somebody post a thing that literally said that Byron Saxton, Corey Graves, and Face Fucker Phillips was their favorite commentary team.
No, because the thing is, I hate that commentary team because the fact is Face Fucker
Albert.
Phillips tries to be serious,
Yes.
and then you got Byron who just
Byron jokes off everything.
pro baby face, no matter who it is. New Day is such a great team, blah 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 blah. And you got Corey Graves going, Byron, shut up! You're like 7 years old. You sleep with a teddy bear every night at your mom's house.
And Corey Graves is too much of an asshole. Sometimes he says,
To be fair, I love when he puts down Byron because Byron just needs to shut up.
Byron's been in that job too long to be that bad.
Just like Otunga, when he was on commentary, no.
Man, we're getting off script here.
yeah.
Mae Young sits Mark Henry. Go.
Facefucker Phillips should be the guy debuting. Why are you letting all these people go, Vince? Just why though? Is my question.
It's good shit.
I mean,
I don't know.
I don't care. Mark Henry's AEW now.
No, but the thing is though, is all these dudes that he's been letting go, minus Christian, because Christian can still work in the ring. But you're letting Henry and Big Show go when these guys could have been great ambassadors for your company for years to come.
And now they're going to be ambassadors of this company for years to come.
Well, Big Show wanted to be
to
more
this.
than what he was.
The, the thing is,
but
though,
I don't know what Mark Henry's stance was.
Basically, Big Show just left. That was more of his thing.
Big Show could have been more had he probably honestly told Vince off. Stick up for yourself, Big Show.
It's kind of what he did when he said he was leaving. He said, I'm going to go do this now.
Well, and then Vince said, okay, have fun. If they're, like Cornette said, if they're willing to give him the money, I guess why not?
And they'll come back in a few years and get us Hall of Fame.
Yeah, who knows. Anyways, really weird to see Mark Henry. But let's go on to the main event.
Hey, the main event was I got a Mae Young's tits joke in there.
Stadium Stampede.
All
2.
right. Yeah, Stadium Stampede 2.
Football Field Fuckery 2.
With a live finish.
Yeah. There was a lot
I got through the whole thing.
I agree, but I'm not going to go there.
The only thing I don't think I'm on Legend's side with this. The only thing I don't think is live is the entrances.
I definitely know that they didn't come down from the fucking Raptors from the top of the stadium.
Yeah, the Lady Gaga had that
live.
shit. I was like, oh.
I mean, I liked it. You didn't like it because of what month it happened in.
Yeah, it's a little too close to.
But I thought it was
Heart.
great.
Yeah.
But all right, Albert. So
Just cut into MJF and like, what the fuck are these idiots doing the entire time it was happening?
How do you want to do this? I got it cordoned off by all the by when
Jesus
it went to each
fucking
okay,
spot.
I'll let you do your notes for this one then. I know
All right.
what my rating is, so.
Yeah, I think our rating is. We can just talk about that right now.
Well, let's do your notes first.
All right.
Stick to
All
the
right.
script of the way we do these
So it
things.
starts off with a stretch limo being brought into what's the stadium called?
TIAA
TIAA Stadium, right?
TIAA Stadium, sponsored by Dick's Wings.
Wait. TIAA.
Oh man, he's gonna show up. He's there the whole time.
Okay, so it's stretch
You
limo.
couldn't even see him.
A stretch limo appears in the stadium and it drives out to the field and MJF gets out of and it's just him, by the way, and he's like, Chris Jericho, where are you? Inner Circle, where are you?
Wait a minute. Oh my God, Cena should debut in AEW because he could use his theme song and everything.
It's his shit.
Yeah.
True.
Also though, the real moment of the night is in this match.
Oh, dude. Does that mean Mark Henry could still use somebody going to get the ass kicked because that's 3-6 Mafia?
But if they were licensed to do it by the WWE,
It depends on how long that agreement is.
who knows? He didn't have any music for this. He just walked out there.
Was he
everybody.
wearing the pink jacket?
No.
I think it was a purple jacket.
Oh, that was so cool if it was that salmon jacket.
Yeah, the one where he jumped John Cena.
That'd
on
have
the
been
Raw,
great.
that was
That'd have been
awesome.
epic.
All right,
All
so
right, there you go.
and
Judas in my mind.
Yeah, so MJF calls out the Inner Circle. Inner Circle responds by rappelling down the side of the stadium that's by the scoreboard, I think it was.
That's a Titantron.
And they rappel down to like a top level of the stands, and they eventually get down on the field.
Like Sting in the 90s.
And they run after MJF, who ducks back into the limo. And then the Pinnacle arrive in a truck that comes out from off camera,
FTR's truck.
It's called the Big Rig.
called the Big Rig. Okay.
The Big Rigs are finishing move. They named it something. I forgot what they named the truck.
All right, so they all start brawling on the field, just brawling around, and eventually we see that Guevara and Spears are in the ring.
Bell rings.
And then the bell
Ding,
rings.
ding,
I didn't get many of the moves except for Spears was Blue Thunder Bomb. I think Guevara hit a moonsault, and for some reason a trash can got lit on fire.
Yeah, that they never really followed that up.
I'm not sure. what
No,
that
it's
was.
just
There's just an-
Wardlow tries to put Hager into the fire.
And that's it. And
Okay.
it's just there.
Then we see MJF is like creeping out of the limo, like looking around,
Hey, bud.
and then right behind him the camera pans over. Chris Jericho's like, "Hey, buddy,
What's up, Max?
what's up, Max? How you doing?" And then they start fighting. They eventually work their way to the inner workings of the building. Jericho was doing this with an arm injury. I gotta say, goddamn. Like y'all were saying, it's a legit injury, so there's no
Yeah,
bullshit,
because
right?
it was when he did that fall off the top of
Yeah,
the
that
cage.
so safe fall that everybody was calling AEW
Yeah.
bullshit for trying to be safe, and he still got hurt on it.
Oh, I forgot to say, while they're still by the car, there's a fire extinguisher, and I saw it in the trunk. I was like, okay, the cameraman, dude, you freaking spoiled it for everybody.
You lost the spot.
You pretty much, and then because I set fire extinguisher, and Jericho's like, oh my god. They so eventually they work their way backstage. MJF gets put into the trash can gets put onto his head like for the cartoons, and then Jericho starts hitting him. MJF throws hot coffee, quote unquote, into Jericho's face, and Jericho sells it like he got hit by some acid.
Hey, now you got to think about it this way. That could be a callback to that storyline Jericho had where he spilt coffee on Kane.
Maybe. That's a good point. MJF answers the telephone and says, "Chris Jericho can't talk right now. I'm busy. I'm too busy putting his phone through. I'm too busy knocking his teeth out." And he hits him with
That's a callback to The Rock.
Yep. Jericho gets a hold of a bullhorn and just screams in his face like ah or whatever it was.
That would have been even better if he would have just started singing though.
Yeah. MJF gets a concerto with 2 sheet pans. I don't know what you would call it.
That's literally
basically the best way you can go.
You guys know how much those would hurt to get hit by?
MJF gets squeezed between a wall and a table.
I've dropped a few on myself a few times.
Not on your head though, right?
This is the best
fucking
part.
This is what I was talking about. This is the best moment of the night for me.
They work their way into the Jaguars front office where, of all motherfucking people, and one of his coaches is Urban motherfucking Meyer. And he's just sitting there looking at them, and they're brawling around the desk. Urban Meyer hands a laptop to Chris Jericho.
Well, the one coach hands him a couple of footballs first, starts chucking those at him.
Oh, I didn't see that. I must have been writing stuff down. Anyway, Urban Meyer hands Jericho. Jericho's like, "Can I have that?" Urban Meyer's like, "Sure, here's my laptop." And then wham, right to MJF's back. MJF gets launched over a railing through a table that we don't see until
next part
until replay. And then Meyer's watching all this and he says, "Holy shit!" It's so good.
Yep.
I love the Jaguars now.
Jericho hits MJF with a whiteboard, and then he
literally spins the fucking whiteboard.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. It was one of the ones you can spin. Then the camera goes to Hager and Wardlow, and they're in I think a kitchen area.
He throws him in the freezer, man.
There's times where both men go into the freezer. Wardlow hits Hager with some water jugs, and they're just basically beating the shit out of each other.
Dude, in the freezer you could literally see a pig cut in half.
Yeah. So
and he does a rock bottom on the food.
Yeah, so they're deep in the freezer, and just this pallet with all these boxes on it, and Hager hits a rock bottom to Wardlow on it.
Cold and ouch.
Hager hits Wardlow with a bread rack,
Cold
and
and
we were
hard.
talking about, those things hurt.
Oh yeah.
Fuck yeah, they do.
I don't know if it was a hot box or not, but it was some kind of thing on wheels.
It looked like a hot box.
Looked like the back of a hot box.
Hager gets friggin' wamboozled into this hot box multiple times, like the
You can
front
see
of his
the
head,
dent from the first
back of his head, multiple times. Wardlow with a knee at Hager. Wardlow spears Hager. Eventually, into this part was Wardlow spears Hager through this gimmicked wall. I don't even know why it was there. It was
literally just a gimmicked wall, and then they go, "They're in the kitchen," and
yeah,
you guys, Dylan was like,
"It's always a garage in your kitchen because they had there was a line set up in front of what was like a lift-up
garage door."
Yeah,
it's like that's a health code
great.
probably.
Then we go to Sammy Guevara and Shawn Spears, and they're Guevara is walking through the backstage area.
This is Sammy's match, by the way.
And he's looking he's looking for Spears, and he walks up to what is something off screen, and he looks into this room, and it's this weird room with all these fucking fold up chairs, and they're just packed up on shelves, and there's a blue light shining down on Spears, who's sitting in a chair with a chair in his hand, and he wants Guevara to come get it.
The chairman.
And then they have a literal chair fight like it's fucking lightsabers.
That was pretty funny.
So Guevara gets a I don't know what you call it. It's basically Orange Cassidy's Orange Punch or the Roman Reigns Big Dog.
Fucking chair.
Off of a chair.
The big dog.
Looks more like a phenomenal forearm to me.
Spears kicks Guevara while Guevara was sitting in a chair. He super kicks Guevara off the chair. Guevara flips off. They go back out of this room and go back to the main area of the main hallway, and Guevara gets thrown into the wall, and he does a little friggin' flip off the wall, and then when he hits the ground, he kips up. It was a really cool spot.
That was fucking awesome.
Guevara hits a flying kick off a forklift to Spears. Guevara breaks the big man rule, yay, nay, because he jumps at Spears and Spears catches him.
Spears is technically bigger than him, so I guess it counts.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not like a huge difference, but it's a difference enough.
Yeah.
He caught him.
RW Executive Committee, yeah. Perfect. Okay.
You
It-
really got to introduce me to these people that
It
you
is
hired on. as
deemed
executive
by the
committee.
RW Wrestling Podcast Executive Committee that Guevara did break the big man rule.
That's cool though that we have our own committee now.
Guevara gets lawn darted into a garage door.
What do they call
Spears-
Mae Young?
Spears starts to show some hubris.
Don't force it.
Spears with some weird hubris here. He's like just like
Got
kind of
lucky,
like
don't
strutting
force it.
around, showing some swag. He's like, okay, I got a chair, I'm gonna do this, and then next thing you know, Guevara comes out of nowhere
Boom.
and freaking kicks the chair into kicks the chair into Spears' face. Spears then throws Guevara into a forklift. No, it wasn't a forklift.
A
It was
ladder.
a scissor lift. Excuse me. And you all were talking about that's not the what we want to see here.
Yeah, we don't want
Yeah.
Sammy anywhere near a scissor lift.
Not anymore.
Spears goes for some wire, but Guevara has his own wire and beats Spears to the punch and starts choking Guevara with his wire. Spears is set up on a pallet. He's laying down on it. Guevara goes for a 450, but Spears moves and avoids the move. Not avoids the move, but Guevara can't do the move.
Was that the point where he grabs the ladder and just shoves it into his head?
That's
yeah.
next.
Eventually,
Okay.
Guevara gets back down on the ground and he goes up to Sean Spears, who's standing next to a forklift. And there happens to be a ladder there, and Spears throws a ladder into Guevara's face.
I did telegraph that spot like you telegraphed
You did.
the
Yep.
fire extinguisher.
Okay, so then there's handcuffs get introduced, and Guevara gets handcuffed to this shelving, and as conveniently as anything could possibly be, there's
The
some
most
bolt cutters right next
convenient
to
bolt
him.
cutters.
There's some bolt cutters on the
even,
floor.
Even JR's called that.
Yeah.
I mean, if I remember correctly, he was like throwing shit around earlier. So like there's like a
Yeah, there's a
workbench table.
hammer. Oh,
There's,
not a
like-
hammer, but like a bat.
So
and
he's like
everything.
throwing stuff off of it. Well, we'll talk about conveniently placed objects when we get to
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
next Jericho MJF.
Yeah, very
All right,
close.
so now we have the bar fight. We have Santana and Ortiz and FTR are going through the bar where there's guests in there.
Beat the.
And they're
just
beating the
beating up
shit out of these
everybody.
random people.
Bottles, breaking them on tables, punching them. Eventually, all 5 men, including Tully Blanchard, who represents FTR, all 5 men get to a table and they have a shot of respect, well, a literal shot of whatever they're drinking, and then they
like
proceed
vodka
to start
me.
brawling. And then at this point, it's revealed that Conan is a DJ.
Yeah.
He started spinning records and like
Which, hey, that's a throwback to TNA.
it was hard.
LAX.
It was hard to keep track of who was doing what for the most part in this.
Hey,
so-
is that Santana or is that Ortiz?
yeah, I couldn't tell.
Well, you couldn't tell because the lighting.
It was also
Yeah.
really dark.
So at one point, Tully Blanchard has a table leg, and I think he's going to put it into one of I think it was Ortiz. It was on Ortiz, and Conan walks over as slow as death possibly could be. Walks over and is like, "No, man, you can't do that, man."
Conan has no knees, man.
Yeah, there you go. That's
Conan's
why.
just Conan.
He's old, man.
So I think eventually Tully Blanchard takes the table leg from Santana. I'm sorry, from he takes it in the head from Ortiz, and that ends Tully Blanchard's night. FTR and Santana and Ortiz continue to brawl throughout the bar area when eventually Wheeler throws beer bottles at Santana. Literally throws like 5 of them, and they're throwing him hard as
Which
shit.
is hilarious.
And they're fucking. He's not just like. He's winging them like he's friggin' like.
He's throwing
friggin'
nine-
Roger
nine-
He's
Clemens
like
and-
throwing a baseball.
He's throwing
for
90
you.
mile per hour
Yeah.
fastballs.
And here's a spot that's a little bit disappointing. We see Wheeler and Santana fight in an elevator, but we don't get to see it.
Yeah, come on. I wanted to see that shit.
Yeah,
Funny
like,
thing is you don't get to see it, and then you don't get to see them for the rest of the match.
because elevators have cameras, so we could have gotten a little camera shot.
Or the fact that that elevator
yeah.
had glass, so you could have showed us from the
Yeah.
opposite side.
Okay, and unfortunately for the rest of the match, we don't see Wardlow. We don't get to see FTR or Santana Ortiz and Tully Blanchard again.
Or Wardlow or Jake
Well,
Hager.
until the end anyway. We see the inner circle.
Yeah.
Okay, we go back to Wardlow and Hager. So Wardlow's kicking Hager's ass. Wardlow puts Hager in a golf cart, or on top
Oh,
of the
yeah,
golf
they went
cart.
back to these guys. I forgot.
And then Hager with avoids something. I like a little because I'm taking notes. I don't see everything. Eventually, Hager hits a low blow to Wardlow. Hager choke slams Wardlow through what looked like a dumpster. It was some kind of because they're on top of the golf
It's a
cart.
weird wooden setup.
It's literally like just like a
Like a
random
gimmick.
wooden setup.
Yeah.
It was kind of weird.
And that ends Wardlow's night. Hager is celebrating on top like he just won like the main event at WrestleMania.
I think that's as close as you can get.
All right, camera goes
That's because
to.
he's not going back to WWE.
So the second we see the next part, because it's this conference room with this glass, like, and me and him go, oh shit, because like what's gonna fucking
Like
happen,
this.
right? I thought they were going to go through that because it was like one of those pane glasses where it was like segmented into like little
Yep.
1x1 squares, and it looked really nice. I thought someone was going to go through that or something, but
I did call somebody went through some glass.
something.
yeah, you called that. Okay, so MJF and Chris Jericho are in the office area. MJF hits Jericho with a door. He opens the door on Jericho's head. MJF attacks Jericho's hurt arm. He's going after it with he wants to go after it with a
A conveniently placed hammer.
yeah. Well, actually, that's later. He's just hitting it with his. He's just hitting it right now with his fists and all that stuff. And he's telling Jericho, "I'm gonna hurt your arm. I'm gonna hurt your arm."
Where's the cardboard cutout come into play?
Yeah.
Jericho gets back in control with a stapler, and he staples.
I saw this before this.
He staples a thank you, like some kind of thank you card to MJF's head,
It's a
and
thank you from the Jacksonville Jaguars or something like that.
MJF's like, "Oh my god! Oh my god!" It's so
Well,
effing
right
hilarious.
before they
Yeah.
go into that room, there's that spot
With
where
a Shad Khan
there's
cutout.
a Shad Khan cutout.
I think that's coming up.
I thought it was before that.
I thought it was too.
Oh, well, maybe you might be right. Either way,
He just like throws the cardboard
Either
cutout.
way.
You're okay.
yeah, I think when it happened,
he hits him with the cardboard cutout, and
yeah.
Jericho goes to Shad and goes, "It's okay." And starts like rubbing the head area of it. I'm like, okay, whatever, dude.
MJF with a jumping punch to Jericho. I don't remember exactly how he did it.
He did like one of Cody's like weird springboards off the ropes, but he like off the step that was there, like that
Yeah, because
shelf.
he had no ropes.
So he like stepped the shelf and jumped over.
Okay, so they're still in the boardroom, and MJF pile drives Jericho on the boardroom table. S is where he goes and gets the hammer. So MJF gets a hammer to Chris
Conveniently
Jericho's
placed
arm.
hammer.
But Jericho,
hammer.
Jericho blocks it with a trash can, an empty trash can, and he hits MJF with it.
Conveniently placed trash
Um,
can.
No, and now it's the most conveniently
And
placed
Chris
item in the
Jericho
entire
somehow
match.
looks down on the floor and sees Floyd.
Well, he opens
He
the
opens
cabinet.
he opens a
He
cabinet.
opens a random cabinet in there. And
Yeah.
There's Floyd.
It's almost like it was planted there.
I wonder who did that.
It's more conveniently placed than that hammer.
So Jim Ross says, "Floyd, meet MJF. Hope you, I hope you guys get acquainted." Jericho chokes MJF with Floyd after hitting him a couple times, and then MJF gets thrown through the window of a door, and MJF is busted open on his forehead,
Oh, yeah,
and he gets a really
yeah.
good visual,
Later
especially
on,
later. He
yeah.
gets a really good visual of it.
When they get back to the live crowd.
We get the last bit of Shawn Spears. He runs into he's in the back stage area, and he runs into what is called the Inner Circle Motorcycle Club, and he runs away from the motorcycle guys. I don't know who was on them.
It's just random people. They call them the security guys the last time
Okay.
we saw them.
Then we go back to Jericho and MJF, and they're on their way to Daly's place. They're moving their way up to the maybe the third level of the crowd, or the stands.
And the crowd hears it. Like, oh my God, here they come.
Yep. And Jericho hits MJF with this big old sign. It probably tells you the rules and where to stand and where to sit and
The rules.
where to go or some. Either way, it was like about a 4-foot sign, and he just nails MJF in the head with it. MJF gets atomic dropped onto a railing. That's one of the railings that goes down the steps.
Oh.
Yeah. MJF is just sitting there like Jericho's holding him up, and all you see, this is when you see the blood coming down MJF's face.
I liked it. 'Cause
Really good visual.
There's a part where he was in charge in this part. There was a part before that where he's in charge.
Yeah, I'm
of this.
coming to that.
Yeah.
MJF,
That's the visual I'm looking
so
at.
MJF threatens to throw Jericho
Yeah,
over the
there.
barricade, which is a long way down to the crowd. You had a video earlier you showed on Twitter where a guy had a camera aimed up at it,
He's
right?
like right there. He's like, hey.
Hey, Chris, how you doing?
I made the joke about telling the fans to get ready to sue somebody if he threw Jericho.
Yeah.
Somebody's gonna be
Jericho.
able to sue.
So Jericho regains control and ends MJF's night with a powerbomb through some kind of table, some kind of structure.
Another randomly placed
Yeah.
thing. It's just
And that ends Jericho and MJF for the night. Then we go to the area where all the cars drive into Daly's place when and Spears shows up. I forgot Spears was the end of the match. Sorry, I forgot about that. So Spears shows up and he's looking around, and then we see Sammy Guevara has the golf cart.
bringing it back.
And remember last year, the first Stadium Stampede, Guevara was the victim of the golf cart. This time it's Spears. So Spears is running towards the ring and turns around and he gets run over by the golf cart. So the cops should be there arresting Guevara with vehicular manslaughter.
He didn't die, so it's fine.
It matters
He
not.
still ran a human being over a golf cart.
Guevara gets
don't care.
gets out of the cart, gets on top of the cart, gets a huge pop. He fires up the crowd, and the crowd responds huge.
This whole bit.
yeah.
Just,
So Spears and Guevara head to ringside. Spears uses a chair to block a jumping Guevara. A chair shot to Guevara's head/shoulder, It was more the shoulder than the head. Oh, they're in the ring, by the way. Sorry. Guevara wedges a chair into the turnbuckles, and after a go to hell by Guevara, Guevara throws Spears pushes. I'm sorry. Spears gets his head pushed into the chair. Then Guevara hits goes to the top rope, hits the 630, and we get a 1, 2, 3 on Shawn Spears.
Crowd goes
Guevara gets the pin. The crowd goes nuts. The Inner Circle joined Guevara in the ring.
They don't have to break up, and they just have a massive party.
And hell of a win for fucking Guevara. Like he'd been taking so much shit for the year and a half or so that he's been on the Inner Circle. And cool pyro to end the show. Jericho's music chimes in.
They almost blew the ring up.
Yeah, they almost blew the ring up with the cool pyro. They had the actual flames and the pyro that should have gone off for the Moxley Omega match.
True.
And then the crowd continues to sing Judas in My Mind after the music cuts off. The Inner Circle celebrate, and we cut to black, and
fantastic.
That's the show.
Fantastic.
Great.
Dude.
Fantastic.
10. What the fuck, man? Okay, one thing different than the last year's match. This was more focused on different areas. It wasn't like 8 dudes in one shot.
It was focused on different feuds, too, because it was always... There was Wardlow and Hager.
Right.
Spears and Guevara. MJF and... They all fought each other.
It was more focused.
Was it. There was 4 feuds in one match, and they didn't do any infighting other than that.
They did not at all.
Yeah, so everybody separated off. It was a really good idea because like it plays to all the stories, and like you said, it was all the feuds and all that stuff. Yeah. I mean, what can you say?
Also, this proves that Shawn Spears is only in the Pinnacle to eat the pin.
He puts the pin in Pinnacle. Is what you're saying?
He eats the pin. That's why he's there. He's a jobber.
MJF did a really good job of playing the chicken shit heel, but of course he takes an ass kicking, and he delivers one to a degree. But he's the one who bleeds again, and this is the kind of thing a good heel has to do at some point. You got to show some toughness. You got to have that bleeding thing. You know, Triple H had to go through with Mick Foley, for example's sake. And fucking 10 out of 10. I have nothing else to say because what can you say?
I definitely agree with the 10 out of 10 score. The only thing that was coming into my mind, it's not dropping it, of course. It's just the fact that realistically, you're fighting for your group's existence, okay? If you end up going in these different paths,
who's to say
there's not going to be a pin and you can't break it out?
There were a few pin attempts from Santana and Ortiz.
Yeah, those were the only ones I actually really saw throughout the entire match.
But the thing is like realistically though, like let's just say one of them would have got the pin and you would have been nowhere around to help.
Hey, these are questions you don't have to ask because wrestling isn't real.
No, but it's still. I like to think a little bit logically. That's why I'm not taking away from the score of a 10.
Yeah, it's still entertaining as shit.
It's just the thing is it's like realistically you think, oh man, what's stopping Jericho from beating MJF right now, or what's stopping Wardlow from beating Hager right now?
So here's what I'm going to say right now. It's a 10 out of 10. Don't do it again.
And if you do it live like you did this year. Do a little mix of it of being pre-taped and then have
the only reason I say don't do it again.
It's going to be hard to top it.
The only reason I say don't do it again is because I thought the first one would be hard to top. And you somehow got to do it a second time and did it. You can only do it so many times before it stops being.
Going forward, if we get fans back soon, they won't have to.
Yeah, they'll find a way to do it again.
The only thing is
their fans back soon starts July 7th. When they travel.
What do we think is the better Stadium Stampede?
I like this one better.
Okay,
but it's hard to argue.
I'd say.
Okay, I'm sorry.
As a whole, I like this one better. It also seems more like realistic than, let's say, Matt Jackson doing 100 yards worth of Northern Light suplexes.
I think
for as funny as that was.
I think they went back and watched it. We're like, okay, what can we do differently? And then they came up with the segments of each of the rivalries.
I'd say between having that set up that way, and I actually think, as far as you want to say it's a comedy match, there was less comedy in.
Yeah.
There really was. Like, I mean, the biggest comedy is Urban Meyer.
Yeah. Like there's moments.
Holy
but
shit!
There was enough. There was like actual comedy in the first one. There's moments from the first one I like better, but as an overall structure, I like this one better.
I'd agree with that.
But I think the bar fight between Hager and Omega and Page, and the first one was better than the bar fight in this one.
Absolutely.
I agree with that because, I mean, the one this time they're in essentially like a fucking nightclub.
Yeah.
And they just start beating the shit out of some randos.
And
But there you go. We answered the question because you said you wanted to know what they were going to do different. A lot. They managed to do a lot of different
They
things.
really did. And I like that. Like, it's awesome, especially the fact that they didn't have to break up the inner circle.
They used the other half of the stadium they didn't use from the first time they did this.
Here's Stadium Stampede 3. It's a actual pay-per-view in that stadium.
Yeah, it's a WrestleMania.
It's a WrestleMania or something like that. Instead of it being the gimmick where they're fighting around it, that's where the pay-per-view happens.
That's where you
in
get
the middle of the year.
Try to get your 80,000 people in there.
Dude, I mean, they're getting the fans back. Wait till next year. That's the pay-per-view.
Double or Nothing 4, Stadium Stampede 3.
Stadium Stampede 3.
And one match is just a false count anywhere where they go all around.
Hey, it may work.
I mean, didn't WWE do that for a Rumble? Was it Reigns and who?
Reigns and Corbin ended on the dugout.
Yeah, it was in Anaheim, right?
Yeah.
I think it was Anaheim, right? Yeah.
I thought it was Houston.
Or, yeah, no, it was
Yeah,
Houston.
yeah.
Houston.
It was Houston because someone had a sign that said Lana cheats more than the Astros.
Oh, beautiful. Except Lana doesn't cheat, do you, Lana? No, you don't. I'll call you later.
I think that's because he was in that
Yeah, it was the
Lashley
Lashley
storyline
storyline.
at the time.
I know.
But
Lashley.
yeah, no, that was really good.
Lashley.
Really, really good.
Great show.
Lana cheats more than the Astros. Perfect. I love it. Because F the Astros.
Fuck the Astros.
Y'all
In
suck.
the Astros.
Fuck the revival.
Dude, before we cut this out, how lucky was it that we got a Mark Henry segment out of nowhere so I could say Mae Young's tits?
Mae Young's tits. Mae Young's
AEW,
tits.
listen to my prayers.
Are we going to be able to do that next time?
Oh, Mark
And
Henry.
we just
Mark Henry
we
could
don't
show
book the
up
show.
randomly.
We don't book the show,
If
man.
Mark Henry just shows up on an AEW pay-per-view now, we have free reign to bring up Mae Young.
Oh, I know. That's hilarious. I never thought I'd be able to say that during an AEW show.
All right.
Unless Benjamin or Haas showed up somehow.
Or someone said give him a hand.
Yeah, but they're almost forcing it.
That would be forcing it.
The look on my face
Mark,
is unbelievable.
Mark Henry showing up, you just can't force it.
This made me laugh when you realized what you said, and my brain clicked, and you looked at me. I'm
Like,
like,
oh,
oh shit.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm definitely I definitely laughed out loud when I was like, oh
Alright.
yeah, here we go.
But let's see if we can get that in next week, boys.
All right. Thank
All right.
you. Goodbye.
Double or nothing. Bye.